business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings? Let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 1063.
It may save someone you love.
Great, get this cancer about you. Let's do it.
Live, fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
That's what you say to me, say to me. This one's a fighter.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
1, 2, 3. Never give up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
This is Freddie and Harry. It can't just be about running it back to the same group. There's certain guys that should be bench players, and there's certain guys that should be frontline starters. And right now, as far as I'm concerned, Golden State only has 3, and that is Steph, that is Draymond, and Jimmy Butler. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga, so they got 3.5 potentially. They better figure that out, especially getting a little bit tall in the backcourt to reduce even more stress on Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN.
That is Draymond and Jimmy Butler. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga, so they got 3.5 potentially. They better figure that out, especially getting a little bit tall in the backcourt to reduce even more stress on Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN.
That is Draymond and Jimmy Butler. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga, so they got 3.5 potentially. They better.
Welcome on in, folks, to the Inter Miami pregame show right here on ESPN 1063. I'm your host, Mike Rizzo. We got the Florida Derby, however y'all pronounce it. We have the Florida Derby, as I say, here on ESPN 1063. Coming up at 7 o'clock, Inter Miami coming off of a draw the last time they were in action in San Jose. Looking forward to seeing the starting 11 hit the pitch tonight. And speaking of the starting 11, I got it here tonight. You're going to have Lionel Messi in the lineup. There's always questions. There's always people asking. Lionel Messi is in the lineup tonight. He will be playing a central attacking midfielder tonight. We've seen Messi come off of the wing this year. We've seen him play an opposite of another striker. We've seen him play striker on a 4-4-2. The formation tonight, 4-2-3-1. It is a 4-2-3-1 with Noah Allen starting at left back, Maxi Falcone at center back, Gonzalo Luan at center back, Ian Frey at right back. You heard me correctly. No Jordi Alba at left back. Give me a second. Yannick Bright and Sergio Busquets as the 2 defensive midfielders. And then the 3, I guess we could call midfielders, wing players, however we want to call it. I think I got to see how Javier Mascherano is going to run this. So I'm going to call them mids because Jordi Alba is out left. Lionel Messi, I mentioned, is centralized as that central attacking midfielder. And then Tadio Allende as a right midfielder. Allende is coming off of a brace. Certainly loved to see him getting back into form. Tadio Allende, who was very, very hot to begin the year. And now Allende, one of those players where if he's on, Inter Miami's probably going to be on. I feel like when Allende, I feel like when role players like Allende and Talasco Segovia give you something, and when I mean something like a goal, an assist contribution, you throw that on top of the big 4, Inter Miami's going to be really hard to stop. And I think Allende is one of those players when he is on, so is Inter Miami. It was good to see him get back into action. And then Luis Suarez will be starting as the number 9 up top. This is Luis's first game back in 2 games. He missed the last 2 due to personal matters, but back in the lineup, Luis Suarez, good to see the golden boot from last year's MLS back with us and back playing football. I mentioned Orlando FC. Let's get you that starting 11. Starting between the goalposts is Gillespie. They're going to be going with a 4-4-2, 2 strikers up top. The same formation Inter Miami ran last game at San Jose. They got Freeman at right back, Schlegel at center back, Janssen at center back, and Bracalo out on the left back. So those are the 4 defenders. And let's get to the midfield. You got Angulo, Orejo, Gerbet, and Pasalic. Pasalic, Gerbet, Araujo, and Angulo. So those are your midfielders. And then up top, Oida and Muriel. We saw Ojeda. Sorry, excuse me. It's Ojeda. And we saw this team in the preseason. So when we first started our coverage of Inter Miami this year right here on ESPN 106.3, one of our first games that we called was a preseason fixture, and it was that one in Tampa Bay. And Ojeda was pretty good in the game, scored a goal in the game, and was able to make an impact. So this is obviously a derby tonight. This is a team that Inter Miami knows very, very well, and it's a three-pointer because both teams have the same amount of points on the table. Now, Inter Miami still has that game in hand. They still need to play, the amount of games that every other team has played within the MLS. Inter Miami had a bye week early on in the season. So Inter Miami still has a game in hand on most of these teams within the MLS. 12 comparatively to 14. Tonight will be 13, and then 14. Orlando FC will play their 14th coming up tonight, but Inter Miami still has that game in hand, even though they've played 3 games in 8 days. If we rewind 8 days ago, last Saturday, back to May the 10th, Inter Miami was going on a 3-game spree, and this is that 3rd game in 8 days for Inter Miami. And those fixtures and results have been 4-1 win, 4-1 loss, 3-3 draw. We'll see what Orlando City and Inter Miami are going to do tonight. But that 4-1 win was New York Red Bulls now 3 weeks back. But Inter Miami certainly trying to get their first win in this 3-game round of fixtures, from May the 10th through May the 18th. Inter Miami has a 6+6 goal differential. Orlando City has a +8 goal differential. The Union on top of that Eastern Conference, followed by Cincinnati, Columbus, Nashville, and then our Herons at 5. Orlando City right on the heels of Inter Miami, as well as New York FC, NYC FC, a team that Inter Miami picked up a draw against early on in the season. I mentioned a 3-3 draw the last time that Inter Miami was out there on the pitch against San Jose. It was truly a track meet game. You had mistakes by goalkeeper Oscar Ustari. You had fantastic play by Lionel Messi. You had fantastic play by Tadio Allende, grabbing a brace in the game. The game had a little bit of everything if you're an offensive type of football watcher. But I think Javier Mascherano is going to try to clean things up defensively. And I'm not surprised to see him go with in my opinion, a defensive-centered 11. You got 4 in the back and then 2, what I'm expecting, kind of DMs, right? And Yannick Bright and Sergio Busquets. Maybe Bright goes more box-to-box. Maybe Yannick Bright is up there with the attack as well. But when you have Messi centralized, you got Tadio Allende on the right and Alba on the left, Suarez up top. I feel like those 4 are going to do majority of the ball handling, especially obviously Lionel Messi. You want to get the ball on his foot in the middle of the pitch. Good things happen. Little give and goes. When Messi gives it to Alba, cuts to the lane. Alba very deadly with those long through balls, as I call them, the over the air through balls. Jordy very good at putting balls in the air. You could go back stick to Tadio Allende as well, who's good in the air. So we've seen this lineup shake out before. Now, that was this 4-2-3-1 that Mascherano played the last time was a 4-1 loss against Minnesota United. But we'll have to wait and see what this looks like in a bit. As I said, we are about 30-some minutes away from kickoff. I'm expecting a 7:07, 7:08 ball rolling in Florida tonight. Inter Miami and Orlando FC at Chase Stadium. Ken LaVicka and our OG Oscar Gonzalez on site. They will take this coming up in a few minutes. But we went through the starting 11s. Next segment, we will go through exactly what happened in that late night, as Ken LaVicka calls it, MLS After Dark. 3-3 draw for the Herons. We'll hear all the goal-scoring plays. We'll hear the oopsies and much, much more right here on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Oh, great. Just what I needed. More reasons to feel insecure. Have you seen the new ESPN 1063 billboards on I-95? Theoretically speaking with Theo Dorsey and CCAT, big smiles, looking all important. Russo and Rizzo with Colin and Mike, like they just solved world hunger. And me, no giant Evan Cohen face gazing down on traffic. Unbelievable. But hey, at least you can listen to us weekday mornings, 6 to 10 on Unsportsmanlike, along with Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman, right here on ESPN 1063. Because let's be honest, a billboard couldn't contain this level of greatness.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? If the answer is no, EDS is yes. Theo here, and for me, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing is my go-to, and it should be yours too. EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. They'll make sure your air and water flow perfectly. EDS is a train comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Go to edsisyes.com. That's edsisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Pregame show powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Let's take a look at those starting 11s again. Lionel Messi in the lineup. He is going to be playing that central attacking midfielder role I love to call number 10. He's probably going to be playing that number 10 role, if I had to guess, tonight in a 4-2-3-1. It is a 4-2-3-1. Luis Suarez playing up top as a lone striker and the 9, assuming Messi will take on that centralized number 10 role that he has done a lot throughout. More off of the wing, I feel like Messi in his true prime, but a central attacking midfielder position, he certainly played a lot at PSG and many, many other places. So let's get from the back and work our way up the top. Oscar Ustari between the posts, no shocker there. I really hope Oscar can bounce back from the game that he played against San Jose. Ustari kind of spilled the ball, led to a goal in that 3rd minute after Inter Miami picked up all the momentum with a goal in the first 60 seconds. And we will hear that call by our good buddy Ken LaVicka in just a second. But 4-2-3-1. Noah Allen at left back. You heard me right. No Jordi Alba at left back. Noah Allen at left back tonight. Maxi Falcone, Gonzalo Lujan, your center backs. Ian Frey at right back. Your 2 defensive midfielders, Yannick Bright and Sergio Busquets. And then we make our way to the 3 midfielders. That's what I'm calling them, at least. Jordi Alba will be a midfielder, a left mid coming up tonight. Lionel Messi, I mentioned that number 10 central attacking role. And then Tadeo Allende coming off of the right, and Luis Suarez, the lone striker up top. For Orlando City, a 4-4-2. 4-4-2 for Orlando City, the formation that Inter Miami ran against San Jose and against New York Red Bulls. So something that we've seen on the other side down here in Florida on the Atlantic side. But the 4 defenders and goalkeeper Gillespie going to be in between the posts tonight. Freeman at right back, Schlegel at center back, Janssen at center back, and Bercalo at left back. You got Angulo, Orejo, Gerbert, and Pasalic. Those are going to be your midfielders tonight. Pasalic, Gerbet, Orejo, and Angulo. Those are your midfielders in a 4-4-2 for Orlando City. Ojeda up top and Muriel up top. I think Ojeda, the goal scorer. Muriel, I think maybe going to be playing a false 9-ish kind of role. Now, Muriel, big body. He's going to be able to certainly enforce his way. But that is the starting 11s on both sides tonight for Inter Miami and for Orlando FC. Wanted to take a quick look at some MLS stats with our Inter Miami Herons. Tadeo Allende has 4 goals for Inter Miami this year in the MLS play. Velasco Segovia with 3. Benjamin Kremasky with a goal and 2 assists. And then the great one, Lionel Messi, 5 goals and 2 assists. 7 goal contributions from Messi this year within the MLS. Jordi Alba, 4 assists. Maxi Falcone with a header, and that came against San Jose. So Falcone picking up his first points as a defender, pretty impressive. But Falcone with that aerial goal against San Jose, and Marcelo Weigand has an assist and a goal. No Weigand at right back tonight. Ian Frey going to be starting at right back, and I know a lot of Inter Miami fans are happy about that. Ian Frey didn't even play last game as a substitute. Ironically enough, Weigand came out of the game, and it wasn't Ian Frey that came in at right back. It was Gonzalo Lujan, and Lujan usually a center back. So it was a little bit of a head-scratching move by Javier Mascherano, and certainly a lot of people. Been a lot of things written in the media and a lot of things said about from the fans about Javier Mascherano. But I still stand by what I said. I believe in Javier, and I think we need to give him a little bit of more time here. And Mascherano certainly has a big one with the Florida Derby coming up tonight, Inter Miami and Orlando City. Let's rewind to our last MLS fixture. This was a late one, folks. This was a 10:30 kickoff on the East Coast. Ken LaVicka was on site with our OG Oscar Gonzalez in San Jose. Let's take a listen to a couple of the highlights. I mentioned that Maxi Falcone scored on a header goal in the first 60 seconds of the game. And according to Ken, it was the second fastest goal in Inter Miami history. Let's take a listen to Maxi Falcone getting on the scoreboard.
And now a ball is floated in from 30 yards on Maxi Falcone has scored! A leaping header at the edge of the 6-yard box. He sent it to the upper right. 37 seconds into the match, and Inter Miami is on the board. It's 1-0, and it's the first goal for Maxi Falcone. What a dream start for Inter Miami.
Big start for Inter Miami and a quick start, as we've mentioned. It didn't last long because if you're listening in that first segment, I was hoping I am hoping that we get a better start from Oscar Ustari, who made a big oopsie in the game against San Jose.
Ustari gave it away, and it's a goal for San Jose from the middle of the box. An absolute disaster from Ustari, and it's Chicho Arango. His 9th goal of the year. He has the MLS lead, and that is tragic from Ustari. And we're level at 1, just over 2 minutes in.
San Jose, a team who likes to live life on the edge, and certainly they do that well with, Arango, as Ken mentioned, he had the golden boot after that game against Inter Miami. Arango, certainly someone who likes to get out and fly if you give him any reason to. And right there, Oscar Ustari certainly gave him a reason to. Let's take a listen to the third goal in the game, 2-1 in favor of San Jose in the 38th minute. This one, Leroux.
Parks, it is laid off, and a shot, and a blast, and a goal off the one touch, and it's Leroux. A one-timer right foot. Ustari got a touch on it, but could not keep it out of the back of the net. Bo Leroux, his second goal of the season. San Jose has the lead 2-1 in the 36th minute.
Goals came quick and they came fast. Let's listen 2-2. Tadio Allende getting on the board, his first goal in a brace performance.
Up the left flank, Alba, good low cross, Allende has scored! What a run, right up the middle! What a pass from Alba, and a beautiful finish, Allende, who's back on the score sheet, and we're level 2-2. It's a goal fest in San Jose, 43rd minute. Allende scores for the first time since match week 3, and boy, did Inter Miami need to have it. MLS After Dark, how about it?
MLS After Dark, indeed, 2-2. Inter Miami and San Jose. Then let's fast forward to 45 plus 4. San Jose getting in right before the half to make this thing 3-2. This time it was Harkis and a left-footed rip outside of the box. Can't believe that it got past Inter Miami defenders. And even for that point, San Jose attackmen could not believe that this got through, but it was a wonder goal by Harkis.
Pellegrino, far side, near side to far side, good ball into the penalty arc, left foot, and another goal for San Jose. Harks from the penalty D. Harks has made it 3-2 San Jose. 45 plus 3.
45 plus 3. That was the last goal that San Jose would score in this game, because in the 52nd minute, Tadio Allende tied it up.
Messi, right side of the box. Now Rodriguez, a low cross, tap and goal. Allende has a brace. He was standing by himself in the middle of the 6-yard box, and he sends it into the back of the net. How about that debut for Baltasar Rodriguez? He has an assist and a second goal on the night for Allende. We're level in the 51st minute, 3-3.
It was fun to see Baltasar Rodriguez in action for Inter Miami. He's still dealing with that hamstring injury. I hope that he's able to get back and fit soon enough. I think he can make a big impact on this team once healthy for Inter Miami. Baltasar Rodriguez, by the way, a player that Inter Miami acquired from Racing, the Argentinian side, top flight Argentinian side, Racing. A lot of people very excited for what he can do. Let's flip things over, though, to this week and Orlando FC. I mentioned they're starting 11 tonight. Let's key in on a couple of those players that are starting out top, the 2 strikers for Orlando City. You got Ojeda, who has 8 goals and 3 assists within the MLS. 8 goals for Martin Ojeda. Certainly a player that Inter Miami has circled on that attack. And then Muriel, I mentioned, does a little bit of everything. 5 goals, 2 assists. So 13 goals from these 2 players, and you tally in their assists, 18 goal contributions for the 2 strikers up top for Orlando City. They have a +8 goal differential. That is some of the top-notch stuff within the Eastern Conference. If we look within the Eastern Conference, the team with the highest goal differential is the team at the top with the Philadelphia Union. They have a +13 goal differential, while Orlando City and the Columbus Crew are followed by that with a +8, and then Inter Miami in third place with +6. So Orlando City certainly loves to score goals, and they have not picked up a loss in their last 5 fixtures. Draw, win, draw, win. What will tonight bring for Orlando City as our Inter Miami Herons try to get this thing back on track? Win, loss, draw. That's your last 5 for Inter Miami. I know Inter Miami fans certainly want more consistency from head coach Javier Mascherano and the boys on the pitch, but we'll certainly, I think, have plenty of that coming up here tonight. I'm expecting Inter Miami to show up big and in a big way. I'll tell you more when we come back right here on the Inter Miami pregame show, powered by our local South Florida Audi dealer.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Introducing DQ Grill & Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips, now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill & Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Jordi Alba extended with our Inter Miami Herons another year. So Jordi Alba will be back in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, however you want to put it. South Florida. How about that? With our Inter Miami Herons coming up next year. Certainly love to see that. Jordi Alba, I mentioned already, 5 assists on this short year so far within the MLS. He is a big, big player for our Herons, and it's good to see Inter Miami and Jordi Alba figure things out to get him in South Florida for another year. And in my personal opinion, I think that means good things for Lionel Messi coming back here. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. So I mentioned Alba 5 assists. It's actually 4. Jordi Alba 4 assists, who usually comes out of that left back slot. But Alba tonight is going to be playing left mid. We've seen Alba in how about last year's Christmas Pass play not left back but left mid a couple of times. But listen, once again, Javier Mascherano kind of switching things up a bit. We've seen Mascherano play players somewhat out of position, right? Noah Allen, historically a fullback. That's where he's at tonight. And we'll go through the starting lineups again, folks. I'm just pointing out Couple of times we've seen players kind of step out of position, and to Mascherano's point, they've played well. Other times, not so well. Specifically with Noah Allen playing center back a lot. Gonzalo Luan will step out and play fullback as well. But, is it detrimental to the team? I don't think so. More often than not, I feel like Mascherano, especially earlier on in the year, has gotten the lineup right. But certainly as of late, Inter Miami has not been that team that they were at the start of the year. Mascherano trying to switch things up, and that includes Jordi Alba, who will be playing left mid coming up tonight. Let's get to those 11s again. Noah Allen at left back, Maxi Falcone center back, Gonzalo Luan center back. If we want to get technical, Falcone, that left center back, he'll play on the same side as Noah Allen. Gonzalo Luan, that right center back, he will play alongside Ian Frey. Ian Frey in the lineup. Frey did not come into the game against San Jose. There was a substitution for Marcelo Weigand, and Weigand came off the pitch, and on came Gonzalo Luan. I mentioned kind of players playing out of position for Javier Mascherano this year. Luan came on and played that fullback role, but that won't be the case tonight. Ian Frey getting the nod and the start for the first time. I believe, maybe I could fact check myself on this later on. It might have been FC Dallas. He megged, I believe it was against FC Dallas because he megged the defender and he crossed in a ball and Inter Miami scored off of it. So this is Ian Frey's first game in 4 games. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with this opportunity. But that's your 4 in the back. Noah Allen, left back, Maxi Falcone, left center back, Gonzalo Luan, right center back, Ian Frey at right back, and obviously Oscar Ustari in between the posts. I hope we get a better Oscar Ustari coming up tonight, our savvy veteran goalkeeper. Yannick Bright, central defender tonight, and Sergio Busquets. Once again, 4-2-3-1. You're going to have 2 DMs in Yannick Bright and Sergio. I think Sergio, that deep lying playmaker role, he has done well. That 5 role, he has done so well for so long. And then Yannick Bright, I believe, will be going box to box as we've seen him do it all season long. I am interested to see how this formation kind of shakes out a bit. Jordi Alba, left mid, been mentioning that all segment. Lionel Messi, the central attacking midfielder role tonight, the number 10. Messi will be playing that 10 role. We saw it a lot when he played with PSG with Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. I like Messi in the middle, and that's really where Inter Miami is trying to get the ball to Messi in the first place. I know he plays right wing more often than not for our Herons, but I really did like Messi in that number 10 role when he was playing for PSG all those years ago. But certainly a position he knows well. Right mid, Tadio Allende, and then Luis Suarez playing the number 9 up top. Suarez's first game back since dealing with a personal matter. Hope everything's all right with Luis, and it's good to see him back in the lineup. Let's go over to Orlando FC. 4-4-2 for the boys from Orlando. Let's start from the back and work our way up front. In between the post is Gillespie. Gillespie will be the goalkeeper for Orlando City tonight. The right back is Freeman. Right center back, Schlegel. Left center back, Janssen. Left back, Bracalo. Let's move on to the midfield. The left mid is Angulo. The left center mid is Araujo. The right mid is Gerbet. And the right mid is going to be Pasalic. And then the 2 up top, the 2 dangerous players for Orlando City, you got Martin Ojeda and Muriel. Muriel and Ojeda have a combined 18 scoring contribution. Let me say that again. 11 total points for Martin Ojeda this year. 7 total points for Muriel this year. Ojeda, 8 goals, 3 assists. Muriel, 5 goals, 2 assists. 18 scoring contributions for the 2 guys up top. This is a team who likes to score and has found their footing as of late. They have a +8 goal differential on that table. So those are your 11s coming up tonight. Inter Miami in the last couple of games, and we're about to send it pitch side to our good buddy Ken Levicka and voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken Levicka, here coming up momentarily. We got our OG on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez, on-site at Chase Stadium tonight as well. But I got to say, I want Inter Miami to not get in a track meet tonight. The last couple of games our Herons have played, they've been track meets. And a lot of times hasn't worked out in their favor. Now, you'll take the point on the road. You'll take the point on the road against San Jose on the West Coast. I actually think that was a pretty good result. Do I expect Inter Miami every time they step on the pitch on this side of the hemisphere to win? Probably. But to be fair, San Jose across the country, 6-hour flight, 5.5-hour flight, however the hell long it is, that's a pretty good result. But 6 goals were scored in that game. Minnesota United, our Herons got ran off of the pitch 4-1, 5 total goals in that game. And then 3 games ago against New York Red Bulls, 4-1. I want Inter Miami to win like 2-0 tonight. And that might be asking a lot after I just told you Ojeda and Muriel and company have been able to score goals at a high clip. But at the same time, I want Inter Miami to get back to their roots of not giving up first half goals. Ken had the statistic for so long. Inter Miami was great in first halves. They didn't let anybody score in the first half. Well, last couple of games, that's gotten out of control a bit. I want Mascherano and the boys on the pitch tonight, the 11 we've went through 15,000 times in the pregame. I want them to lock in defensively and get back to Inter Miami football of holding possession, not letting the other team get the ball, and avoiding silly mistakes. The amount of silly mistakes. If I hear one of these tonight,
Ustari gave it away, and it's a goal.
We don't want that tonight. We don't want Ustari giving away whoever. I don't want anybody giving it away for the Herons tonight. Too many self-inflicted moments for Inter Miami. Boo-boos. Uh-oh. I don't want any uh-ohs tonight for the Herons as we progress here, as we are about 3 minutes away, 4-ish minutes away from the ball rolling in South Florida, Chase Stadium, the Florida Derby between our Inter Miami Herons and Orlando City. Once again, folks, this is the Inter Miami pregame show powered by Audi. I am sending it out to Ken LaVicka, Oscar Gonzalez, and our boys on site who will be giving you the action, the thrilling action of Inter Miami and Orlando FC. Once again, folks, let's get back to Heron football. Taking care of the football, no stupid mistakes, winning this one 2-0 coming up tonight. I will talk to you guys coming up at halftime. Enjoy Ken and enjoy the game. We'll talk to you soon.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000-square-foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? If the answer is no, EDS is yes. Theo here, and for me, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing is my go-to, and it should be yours too. EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. They'll make sure your air and water flow perfectly. EDS is a train comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Go to edsisyes.com. That's edsisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot. Go ahead and give him the goal of the week.
Here's Ken LaVicka.
After a challenging road trip that produced only 1 point in the table, Inter Miami is finally back home. And it is a rivalry Sunday. Inter Miami, 5th in the Eastern Conference in Major League Soccer, playing host to Orlando City, the battle of the Sunshine State. And Orlando City comes in just 1 point back in the table. We welcome you to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Ken LaVicka. And Inter Miami looking to get right. Did pull off a 3-3 draw at San Jose on Wednesday. Some changes to Javier Mascherano's starting 11. And we'll tell you about them when we return. Kickoff on the way. Inter Miami, Orlando City. This is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot. Go ahead and give him the goal of the week.
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Rivalry matchup. Inter Miami, Orlando City, and they're about to tangle in Fort Lauderdale. It is a great Sunday evening for soccer. Shea Stadium, Fort Lauderdale is the site. I am Ken LaVicka, and so glad you're making time to be with us. Here as the MLS match weekend winds down, one of two remaining showdowns in MLS play in mid-May. This particular week has been an adventurous one and an eventful one for Inter Miami. Jordi Alba signing a contract extension through 2027. That was announced Thursday upon the return from California. 3-3 draw late Wednesday night. Inter Miami and San Jose. Inter Miami able to gain a point in the table from a road trip that got off to a horrendous start. A effort to forget in St. Paul last weekend. A 4-1 defeat at the hands of surging Minnesota United. But home is where the heart is. Home sweet home for Inter Miami. Back in front of the home supporters, and it is a capacity crowd here tonight at Shea Stadium. On the north end of the stadium supporters section, a tifo in the shape of an Inter Miami kit, which leads La Familia Siempre Contigo. And Inter Miami is hoping that they will, together with these Inter Miami supporters, find 3 points in the table, because honestly, it's been difficult to come by. Inter Miami only 3 points that they've enjoyed in their last 6 matches in individual result. Only 1 win in the last 6. Meanwhile, Orlando City, they are on the precipice of history tonight. They are 11 straight unbeaten. They could tie the franchise record, 12 consecutive without suffering a defeat. If they can come out of here with at least a draw tonight. Last time Orlando City made the trip to Shea Stadium, it was domination for the men in pink, a 5-0 result. March 2nd of last year, 2 goals for Luis Suarez, who's back after a 2-match absence tonight for Javier Mascherano in Inter Miami. The now departed Robert Taylor off to Austin. He scored in that game, and Lionel Messi was part of the party as well. He had 2 second-half goals, a 5-0 drubbing. Inter Miami looking to duplicate that result tonight against Orlando City, but Orlando City sensational form and only 1 point back of Inter Miami in the Eastern Conference table in MLS. Guido Gonzalez Jr., our referee tonight. He blows his whistle. We are underway. Sunday night football here at Shea Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami in its pink uniforms head to toe. Orlando City in purple kits and shorts with white lettering, numbering, and trim. Inter Miami going left to right in the attack. And immediately Tadeo Allende up the right flank in the right attacking half for Inter Miami. Gives it off to Lionel Messi, and he was immediately dispossessed. Inter Miami comes into this matchup 6 victories, 2 defeats on the year, 4 draws, 22 points, 5th in the Eastern Conference. Orlando City, meanwhile, with 5 triumphs, 2 losses, 6 draws, 21 points, 7th in the East. And as I mentioned, they are 11 straight unbeaten. 85 degrees at kickoff. And here's an opportunity. Orlando City left attacking half. A playback into the middle, and whiffing on it was Luis Muriel. He usually plants that. He was just past the penalty dot. He would have had a point-blank opportunity at Oscar Ustari, and he waved his right foot at it and got very little contact. And a very, very long, drawn-out sigh of relief from Javier Mascherano in the opening 75 seconds of this match. Orlando City over the last 3 matches, prolific, finding the back of the net. That's after they went through 4 of 5, playing 0-0 results, but 11 goals in their last 3 all competitions. That included a 5-0 annihilation of Tampa Bay Rowdies in the U.S. Open Cup round of 32. Inter Miami on the ball in their left defensive half, and Ian Frey, who is getting the start at right back tonight for Inter Miami. On the ball briefly for Frey, only his 5th start of the season, has not seen significant time since the 4-3 defeat to FC Dallas 3 weeks ago. Played in the second half late in the loss at Minnesota United. And a ball from the left defensive half rolls all the way into the Inter Miami attacking third, and that is where unimpeded Pedro Galassi, Orlando City's goalkeeper, makes his first touch tonight, and this will be launched from right defensive half into Inter Miami's left defensive third, and Maxi Falcone, who scored his first goal in an Inter Miami shirt, plays it back to his goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari. Ian Frey is double teamed as he tries to play out of traffic in his defensive half along the near touchline, and he gets called for a foul after he was sandwiched. He then made contact with midfielder Ivan Angulo of Orlando City, and Frey is whistled for the infraction. This is the first time this season Guido Gonzalez has refereed an Inter Miami match, and it'll be Orlando City from about 34 yards away along the near left touchline to deliver a free kick. This will be an in-swinger from the near side, and it's going to be Martino Heda to deliver it as Uskari sets up his defensive marking in front of him, stands in the 6-yard area. This is whipped into the far post. It is headed, but it is high over the crossbar and out of play. No threat to Oscar Ustari, and it'll be a goal kick for Inter Miami. Martino Heda, who just delivered that free kick, has 4 goals in his last 2 outings, a hat trick against New England on May the 10th, a 3-3 draw in that matchup. We are into the 3rd minute, and Inter Miami has the ball in the midfield. Messi punches it forward from the defensive midfield, and nobody charging up to make a play on that ball, and Orlando City will go to retrieve and play it out of the back. There has not been any semblance of an attack here in the opening 4 minutes for Inter Miami, who scored 37 seconds in at San Jose, courtesy of Maxi Falcone. Jordi Alba had 2 assists in that 3-3 draw at San Jose. Also had the assist on the lone goal against Minnesota United. That was Lionel Messi with the tally. Alba, who signed an extension through 2027 on Thursday. 5 assists now on the season, and he is at the top of Inter Miami's formation, playing on the left wing here tonight. High press for Inter Miami's Orlando City, tries to play it out of the back, and a leaping Angulo in his defensive half jumps into the air and sideswipes a ball in midair off of Ian Frey. It's going to be an Orlando City throw-in at the border of their right defensive third. On the near touchline, that throw-in finds the mark. Mariel tried to play it into the midfield, but could not connect it. Now Jordi Alba has it, right attacking third. Alba on the left wing, a high floating ball, square ball. It's taken on the right near side at the extended portion of the box to Lionel Messi. Now a good play through. Suarez was looking for Messi, was making a run up the right channel. Orlando City couldn't clear. Now a left-footed blast from to the left of the penalty arc, just wide. Noah Allen put a missile of a left foot into that, and it sailed about 5 feet over the bar. But there's the first pressure to speak of tonight for Inter Miami. A good take from Noah Allen. Good decisive decision, just could not find the accuracy. But Inter Miami asks its first question of the evening as we welcome you into minute number 6 from Fort Lauderdale. Let's go ahead and take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. It's Inter Miami football. A long ball was blasted forward for Orlando City, and Oscar Ustari will play it with his right foot, the veteran Inter Miami goalkeeper. And now Inter Miami left defensive third gets Ustari involved, along with the OG onside engineer Oscar Gonzalez. I'm Ken Levica. Mike Rizzo in the network studios in West Palm Beach. It is Inter Miami and Orlando City 0-0, 6.5 minutes in. Beautiful Fort Lauderdale Chase Stadium, and it is jam-packed on this Sunday night. A rivalry matchup, and Inter Miami into the right defensive half. Here is Lionel Messi, spins into the center circle, laid it off to Luis Suarez, right back to Messi. Messi, good ball, into the box, trying to get on the end of it was Alba, and he was just a step too late, and a sliding Galassi at the top of the box is able to gobble it up. into his chest. Alba put his hands on his head, I should say, in disbelief that he could not get on the end of that. Good touch from Messi, just not quite enough. A turnover, Orlando City in the right midfield. And then Jordi Alba trying to play it through to Lionel Messi, who was standing in the right channel, couldn't find the mark, but Sergio Busquets a steal at the midfield stripe. And here comes Inter Miami once again. Messi was looking for Yannick Bright. Messi is going to turn it back towards the middle of the field and able to send it to the far side, but he skied it over Jordi Alba, who tried over his shoulder to get a right-footed touch on it and control the ball, but could not. And it rolls across the far side touchline. It'll be a right defensive third. Far side throw-in for Orlando City. Orlando City, part of this giveaway. Here's Lionel Messi at the top of the penalty arc. Had a shot blocked away. He's back on it, and it was cleared. Swiped across the right end line and out of play as Messi was trying to line up a shot. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami, and the crowd applauds. Inter Miami being the better side for about the last 4 minutes. They've grown into the match. Inter Miami Corners brought to you by Leiter Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Messi in swinging corner, near side to far side. 8.5 minutes in, no score, Inter Miami and Orlando City. Messi delivers a short corner. Here's Ian Frey, charges into the box up the end line. A cross, and it went off of the ankles of Sergio Busquets. And it rolls across the end line for a goal kick. Busquets was really not in much of a position to receive that cross and take a shot. He was marked fairly well by Robin Janssen, left center back for Orlando City. So Orlando City, as I was saying, as part of the 11 straight unbeaten, it had a 3-3 draw with the New England Revolution side. But hold on, Inter Miami pressuring again. Right defensive third. Jordi Alba stood up and decked by the right back, Alex Freeman, and the referee says play on. Inter Miami, though, wins the ball right back. Maxi Falcone and Yannick Bright in the center circle, and now Inter Miami will play out of the back. Let's see if a third time I can get to this. 11 unbeaten Orlando City, but a 3-3 draw with New England against a Revs side that was the lowest scoring team in MLS at the time. It was 0-0 against Chicago, 0-0 against bottom dweller Montreal, 0-0 against New York Red Bulls, and 0-0 against Philadelphia as well in that run. Here is Lionel Messi in the penalty arc. Laid it off, got it back, played right side of the box. Ian Frey, right foot. Oh, he couldn't find the far post. Across the face of goal, tried to cut it into the side netting and just missed by inches. Another great piece of attack from Inter Miami, and Frey was literally centimeters away from making it 1-0 Inter Miami. That ball did not go across the end line. Instead, it rolled across the touchline in the far left corner. Throw in Orlando City. Inter Miami wins it right back. Here's Messi. Oh, a heavy touch at the top of the area as he was trying to get it onto his left foot. Now a long ball forward. Foot race, and Maxi Falcone is going to win it, but a yellow is going to be shown to Noah Allen after his feet got caught up with Martin Ojeda, who was just trying to track me to make that Marco Pasalic, who is trying to track meet up the right side. And the referee says that Noah Allen clipped Pasalic's ankles. And so Noah Allen is in the book. That foul occurred right near the midfield stripe. And so it'll be Orlando City on the ball with the free kick, just to the right of the center circle in the left attacking half. Orlando City clad in purple. Noah Allen shown the yellow for Inter Miami. 11.5 minutes in, no score between these two Florida sides. Here's a ball from the defensive half into the Orlando City left defensive third. Ian Frey is going to not be able to escort this ball across the end line, but then he won it back as Angulo was battling with him, but a giveaway and a whistle. And we have a stoppage as the referee points towards the corner, and it is going to be a corner kick for Orlando City from the near side. The ball went across the end line. Lujan was not able to save it from going across. And honestly, a good thing a corner was called because Orlando City had the ball left side of the area and not a single Inter Miami defender within 10 yards. This will be an in-swinging Orlando City corner from the near side. It's going to be delivered by Muriel. He sends it to the middle of the box. A head got on it. Then it trickled across the 6-yard area, rolled out of play, far right end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Inter Miami. Yannick Bright was able to mark well. Ojeda and Angulo were present in the area. And now Inter Miami into the midfield. Here's Lionel Messi. Plays forward, tried to deliver a ball to Tadeo Allende, who was making a run inside from the right channel. Messi sent it to the outside. And Allende completely turned around. Orlando City wins the ball back along their back line. Good tackle from Gonzalo Lujan, but a whistle and a foul is called as Maxi Falcone got a little bit physical with Muriel, the Orlando City forward. Just past the 13-minute mark, no score, Inter Miami and Orlando City. Orlando City has the all-time advantage, 5 victories, 4 defeats, 4 draws. The last time that Orlando City beat Inter Miami, that was May 20th of 2023, a 3-1 Orlando City win right here in Fort Lauderdale. Of the 5 wins for Orlando City in the all-time matchup, that 3-1 result, the only time that Orlando City beat Inter Miami by multiple goals. Everything else has been a 1-goal victory. And we send you across the border of 14 minutes here in this first 45 from Fort Lauderdale. And Inter Miami turns it over at midfield. Some numbers here for Orlando City. Support is on the way. Inside right channel. Pasalic onto his right foot. Oh, he weaves through 4 different defenders. Took a shot and it's finally deflected out of play by a desperate Noah Allen who slid in at the last moment. But Pasalic looked like prime Maradona. Just weaving and winding and juking through 3, 4, 5 Inter Miami defenders. Pasalic is really talented, but he's not that good. Hasn't really hurt Inter Miami. But he has 5 goals this season, the Croatian international. And this will be a far side to near side corner for Orlando City. Martin Ojeda from his left foot is going to handle the proceedings. The referee blows his whistle before that corner could be delivered. Lionel Messi takes that time to tie his shoe. That was opportune. Maxi Falcone being talked to by the referee. Not the first time, or the second or third or fourth or fifth time we've seen that this season. Maxi Falcone, who is a constant pest in the best way possible for Inter Miami. Now there's a whistle for the corner. And Ojeda delivers. High and floating, back post. It's headed into the middle. It was Araujo who got a head on it. It was cleared away momentarily by Inter Miami, but it's back left side of the box for Orlando City. Good job by Noah Allen to take it off the feet of Alex Freeman, who wanted to deliver a low cross from the left side of the box, and Orlando City has to go retrieve a long ball back in its right defensive half. Ivan Angulo, acquired from Palmeiras of Brazil in January of 2024 to retrieve for Orlando City. As he tried to connect in the left attacking half, Inter Miami won the ball back. Here's Ian Frey, some real estate to work with up the inside right channel into the right attacking half. Now into the middle, Messi. Messi about 30 yards away, sprays it to the outside, Jordi Alba. Alba, left-footed cross. It is headed high into the air across the far end line by Alex Freeman, the right back for Orlando City. And it will be the second Inter Miami corner, brought to you by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Cronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. 16:44, 16:45, 16:46 in this first half. Inter Miami has not been shut out at home this season, looking to continue that trend. This will be an out-swinging corner, far side to near side. Lionel Messi to do the duties. Messi blasted into the middle of the area, and that was headed away easily by Orlando. And Noah Allen to retrieve for Inter Miami. Able to keep it in the right attacking half, far left touchline. Here's Jordi Alba. Wants to deliver across, instead cut it back. He is just outside the box left side. Dished it off initially, and then Sergio Busquets trying to whip it back onto Alba, who is progressing to the left of the box. And Busquets a little bit too hard and off the mark behind Alba, and the ball rolls out of play. Alba and Busquets have a brief conversation with one another as Orlando City prepares a right attacking third, far side throw-in near the corner flag. It'll be a long throw-in, and Inter Miami wins it right back in the attacking midfield. Maxi Falcone's going to turn, and he'll dribble the ball onto Oscar Ustari, who stands about 10 yards outside his area, and he will, with a left foot, push the ball onto Gonzalo Lujan. Lujan approaches the center stripe, lobs a ball up the right side. Ian Frey is on it and wins the ball right of the box. Frey going 1v1 against David Brecalo. Now to the top of the penalty D, it's Busquets. Here's Lionel Messi, a first-time attempt, tried to curl it from right of the penalty yard and missed the far post on a low curler by about 3 feet. But that was a nifty attempt from Lionel Messi, just wide of the mark. We've had plenty of shots, but not yet a shot on target tonight through just over 18 and a half minutes of action. But Lionel Messi, and while Luis Suarez hasn't had many touches, as Suarez picked off a goal kick along the far touchline, but then he could not keep control of it, and he touched it out of play across the far touchline. That was a lazy delivery from Galatasaray from the border of the 6-yard area. It was stolen by Suarez, but couldn't do anything with it. But Suarez being back in the lineup, back part of the attack, that really opens up some room to operate for Lionel Messi. Without Suarez, teams can really collapse and mark Messi in an easier manner. A foul against Orlando City in Inter Miami's left defensive half along the near side. And Gonzalo Lujan will deliver the free kick. I believe that was Ivan Angulo who was called for the foul. Angulo for Orlando City, playing in his 100th straight MLS match tonight. A milestone in his career. Inter Miami resumes play as we approach 20 minutes expired in this first half. Inter Miami only one victory in the last 6. A bad giveaway in the midfield from Sergio Busquets. And now here comes Orlando City. Left attacking half. What a move, Mariel. Left of the box. Tries to cut a left-footed shot from a difficult angle. And Ustari, with a ball that had very little pace, able to dive on it and distribute along the touchline to Ian Frey. And Inter Miami trying to get on the move. That will not be counted as a shot on target. And now Messi from the defensive half into the right attacking third, right side of the box. Allende on the end of it. His cross at the top. And he had Suarez who mishit it just beyond the penalty stripe. Got a lot of left foot on it, but he pulled it well wide of goal. Suarez gives a thumbs up to Allende and says, that's my fault. My timing wasn't quite there. Good decision from Allende, who looked dangerous, and Suarez, who is in a good position, just could not torque his body enough to put the ball towards Pedro Galatasaray. But this is the type of creative attack that we haven't seen from Inter Miami in several matches now. Not making too many passes. Here's Messi to the right of the penalty yard. Drags in the box. Right foot, Galatasaray. A diving stop, ranging to his right. That's the first shot on target. And what a save from Pedro Galatasaray. Messi nearly had another spectacular tally. And Inter Miami's back on it in the defensive center circle. 22nd minute. Messi nearly made it 1-0. We are still scoreless, Inter Miami and Orlando City. And this venue in Fort Lauderdale still buzzing after that rocket shot from Lionel Messi. Yannick Bright from the midfield. Sends it up the left channel. Can Alba get there? No. It was tackled away, but he won it right back. And then couldn't connect with Luis Suarez, who was standing flat-footed. Muriel was able to get onto it for Orlando City. And then a foul is called against Inter Miami. Noah Allen is really upset And he's on a yellow. He's got to be careful. You don't want a silly descent foul. And that is Pasalic, who is down on all fours, the Orlando City midfielder. And now he is finally up. Look at a replay of that Galassi save on that messy shot just moments ago. That's as good as it gets. From Pedro Galassi, he won the 2022 MLS Save of the Year. 48 clean sheets coming into this season with 161 appearances for Orlando City. He's 12th in MLS in goals against per 90. Inter Miami back on the ball, right attacking third. No score, 23rd minute. Messi to the top of the penalty arc for Jordi Alba. He had a heavy touch, and it's taken away by Orlando City. Both sides have 24 goals on the season. Orlando City's conceded 16, Inter Miami 18. Ian Frey could not make a defensive play on the run. Angulo into the box, cuts it back to his right foot. Ustari, a save with his left hand, off balance, sprawling, and he's able to cut it down to the top of the 6-yard area. There's Orlando City's first shot on target. Job's not done. Now it is, as Mariel from 30 yards away blasts a ball up and over the crossbar and 15 yards into the stands. 15 rows, I should say. It was well more than 15 yards into the seats here in Fort Lauderdale. That's the best save we've seen from Ustari probably the last 2 or 3 weeks. And Ustari delivers the goal kick. The aerial ball is won by Orlando City. Orlando City, by the way, 10th worst in MLS in aerial duels at 47.4%. Inter Miami is well into the top half of MLS. Coming up the right side, right of the area, here's Orlando City. A cut back, and now it's played to the border of the box, right angle. Now a left-footed shot was blocked by Jordi Alba as Pasalic wanted to give it a ride. Alba was able to send it right back into Pasalic's body, and Inter Miami cleared momentarily. It's still in the left attacking half for Orlando City on the inside right channel. Pasalic sends it to the outside. Here's Araujo. Long ball into the box. Ian Frey able to take it away from Ojeda, who nearly found control of it. And now Frey works it to the near left corner, and he'll play it into the middle. Orlando City wins the ball back. Joran Gerbet. Gerbet, 27th pick of the MLS Super Draft in 2025. Takes it away from Ian Frey. Plays a cut ball left of the box, and it was a foul that was called against Luis Mariel as he got battled and caught up with Maxi Falcone. Falcone went to ground. Mariel's called for the foul, much to his dismay. And it'll be Inter Miami with a free kick. Goalkeeper Oscar Ustari will handle that right side of his area. 25th minute just about expired here in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami 0, Orlando City 0. As dusk has progressed here in South Florida. The final moments of sunshine, lights taking full effect. Orlando City physical defensive play. They win it in the attacking midfield in the center circle. It's Araujo. Now Schlegel sent it to the far right touchline momentarily and then got it back near the center stripe. Orlando City still working left attacking half. Now into the middle. Good ball from Mariel. Orlando City right up the middle. Heavy touch in the penalty arc from Ojeda. And that was fortunate for Inter Miami because then Ustari was able to pounce. But Ojeda with a professional touch, and he's going 1v1 at Inter Miami's keeper. Orlando City won the ball back, but Yannick Bright with a steal for Inter Miami after Busquets swiped the ball away from Pasalic. Lionel Messi in the attacking half left side of the pitch for Inter Miami. This well-manicured natural surface here in Fort Lauderdale. Messi wanted to play a long ball forward, was looking for Allende, who was never going to get on the end of that. A bit ambitious there from Messi, and Orlando City possesses once again. Right defensive half, far side to near side square ball. Orlando City trying to maneuver into the left attacking half. Nifty footwork from Luis Mariel. Mariel had it poked away by Ian Frey, and now Orlando City's going to have to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Galasay, as Brecalo decided to swipe it back there. Oh, Mariel got by a defender, and then a great tackle from Yannick Bright. Maxi Falcone went down away from the ball as the referee blows his whistle to stop play. There were collisions all over the place. Mariel still down on one knee after the Bright tackle, with Mariel trying to get out and surge forward. The referee, Guido Gonzalez, is trying to sort through as Maxi Falcone looks like he took a elbow to the ribs, inadvertent. I don't think there was anything purposeful about that. And Inter Miami and Ojeda, the referee gives it off to Sergio Busquets, and Inter Miami able to possess. Well, Inter Miami has watched Orlando City try to duplicate some of the success that San Jose had Wednesday, and before that, Minnesota United and even Vancouver in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And that's just wait, and then use their superior athleticism to get behind the Inter Miami defense. Inter Miami has been able to answer the bell a couple of occasions. Each side has a shot on goal. Good ball from the defensive half from Lujan. Onto it, right defensive third is Allende. Tried to thread the needle on a pass to Suarez, who ended up winning the ball back along the near end line right side. Sends a ball in the box, a nifty back heel from Allende, and a whistle and a foul against Inter Miami. Allende, who's going to be called for a trip of Orlando City and Joran Gerbe. But Luis Suarez showing some good hustle here. Looks like the 2 matches off after a pre-scheduled leave of absence due to personal reasons, has done his legs and his knees well. Hasn't been an integral part of the Inter Miami attack tonight, but he has made a couple of really good hustle plays to keep possession. 0-0 Inter Miami and Orlando City. Galasay, goal kick. Right to left for Orlando City on the far side in the defensive half, right side of the pitch. It's Orlando City on the ball. Abedi Janssen delivers a ball into the left defensive half. Along the far end line, it is won by Inter Miami and Noah Allen, and the homegrown product onto his keeper Ustari, who blasts it towards the midfield as we are now a half hour gone in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami and Orlando City 0-0 in this rivalry showdown. Maxi Falcone intercepts a pass in the Orlando City left defensive third, cutting in front of Ojeda, who is trying to receive. And now Inter Miami wants to push forward. Right attacking half Messi. Up the right wing, got around a defender. Here's Lionel Messi. Messi in space. Messi top of the penalty arc, got around another man. And on his left foot, tried to push a pass to Suarez, and it was deflected at the last moment by Rodrigo Schlegel. And it never got to Suarez, but here's Busquets about 35 yards away. Right in the middle. Now Suarez. Suarez outside the left top of the box. And a whistle and a foul against Lionel Messi in the penalty arc. He was trying to make a run. Made contact with Robin Janssen, the left center back for Orlando City. And that will end the threat for Inter Miami. Take a look at this. Man, Inter Miami nearly had Suarez on the left side of the box, but Schlegel, good defending for Orlando City. Lionel Messi, who collected a yellow after full time at San Jose. And it was Bruce Arena, the head man for San Jose, who pulled Messi away so he didn't collect a posthumous red that would have had him suspended for this match. Joe Dickerson, the referee, trying to turn it into a ref show after that match, which was completely uncalled for, in my professional opinion. But Messi got out of there with only a yellow. Inter Miami has 28 yellows on the season. That's tied for 14th fewest in Major League Soccer, which is a shocker considering how the season started, where it seemed like Inter Miami was picking up a yellow every 2 minutes. Orlando City left attacking half, and Yannick Bright doing well to track back defensively and push the ball onto his keeper, who promptly delivers it to the near touchline in Orlando City's left defensive half, and Busquets able to get on the end of it for Inter Miami. Inter Miami in the defensive midfield, Busquets near side. As we tick towards the 33rd minute. Again, only one shot on target for both teams. Up the near right touchline, right attacking half, Lujan. Now Allende into the defensive half briefly, and here's Busquets back across the midfield stripe to Lujan near touchline, 35 yards away. Angles to his left, now gives it off inside right channel. Allende. Bright in the middle, swiped it onto Noah Allen. Allen back to Bright, straight on, 35 yards out. Deposits a ball onto Lujan. Lujan wants to deliver to the box, instead charges forward, trying to roll it off to the right of the area for Frey. It was not a good ball. And it's won by Orlando City and Ivan Angulo. Now right up the gut in the defensive half, Orlando City. It's pushed forward. Ojeda was offside, came back to win the ball, and now Orlando City on the right wing. Good job by Noah Allen to blast away from Muriel. And now we have a whistle, and we have a stoppage, as Javier Mascherano calls out directions to his defense. A foul was called against, or an offside was called, I should say. So I said Ojeda had backtracked to get on the end of that ball from the center circle, but the flag was up. I did not catch it at first, and so the offside gives Inter Miami the possession as we welcome you to the 34th minute. Inter Miami, Orlando City, 0-0. Inter Miami, right attacking half. And Tadeo Allende will push it near right touchline to Lujan. Onto Allende again, and he'll play it back to Messi. Inter Miami just in the attacking midfield portion of the field. And now Lionel Messi is swiped off the ball, and a foul is called against Cesar Araujo. The Uruguayan U23 captain in the pre-Olympic tournament last summer. Not happy with the call was Araujo, but it was an easy one to make by the keeper. Lionel Messi stands over the ball from about 35 yards out. At the right edge of the box extended. As everybody in pink and purple collect from the middle to the left side of the box, awaiting Lionel Messi's decision, what he's going to do with this ball as we get into the 35th minute in this scoreless matchup. Messi delivers a whipped-in ball, and it was cleared away by Orlando City at the top of the 6-yard box into the seats to the right of goal. It'll be in Inter Miami corner, brought to you by Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. That was a good ball from Messi. Busquets was kept out on the near post, didn't get to him, but forced a defensive decision from Orlando City. Messi, near side to far side corner. And it looks like he is going to whip this in. This will be an in-swinger from the lefty. But before that, have to sort out some traffic in front. By the way, Orlando City, they have the fewest corners in all of MLS. Inter Miami taking theirs. Messi delivers, back post, was looking for an Olympico, and it's up and over the crossbar. We've seen him do that about a handful of times this season. We've seen closer attempts for Messi and attempts with the Olympico that have required a save. That one was Allende in the vicinity, but it never found him. And now Galatasaray, the keeper, lies injured in his own goal as Suarez checks on him. I'm not sure if it's Suarez who's the one who made contact with Galatasaray. Suarez did make contact with Galatasaray, but there was nothing purposeful about that, though I do believe there was an inverted shot to you-know-where to Pedro Galatasaray, which is why he lay prone at his own goal for several moments, trying to regain his senses after being hit in that particular area. Off of the goal kick. Inter Miami, thanks to Noah Allen with a steal in the center circle. And now here's Lionel Messi traversing near side to middle and now sends it off left flank for Alba. Alba floats the ball outside the box to the right. This is Messi. Drives to the right side of the area. Drags right foot. His cross deflected across the far left-hand line. It went off of Suarez and out of play. Suarez just cannot direct it towards goal. But this is better from Inter Miami. This is build-up that is going to pay dividends at some point. Goal kick, Orlando City in the meantime. 37-30 on this first half clock. Inter Miami and Orlando City. Orlando City, what a turnaround with the attack. Again, they played 5 matches, 4 of them 0-0 results, only to blow up in their last 3 with 11 goals. The last 3 times they've taken the pitch. 2 MLS matchups and a U.S. Open Cup triumph over Tampa Bay. Orlando City's also 11th in Major League Soccer in expected goals, while Inter Miami's in the bottom half, even though both sides have 24 tallies on the season. Quick restart for Orlando City after a foul against Inter Miami in the midfield. And it's Gonzalo Lujan who was able to beat Martin Ojeda to the ball left side of the box, and he blasted out of play across the near touch line to concede an attacking third left side of the pitch throw-in for Orlando City. Orlando City in purple with white lettering, numbering, and trim. Inter Miami in their pink home kits. Top to bottom black lettering, numbering, and trim with the Royal Caribbean logo on front. And in the 39th minute, here's a throw-in into the box. It sails to the edge of the 6-yard box, and nearly on the end of it was Ojeda. Finally marked at the last moment by Allen, and Ustari able to gobble it up as it trickled by to the left of the 6-yard area. But boy, that was concerningly close to a second goal conceded off of a throw-in in 3 matches for Inter Miami. That was frightening. That just hung around, waiting to be blasted into the back of Inter Miami's goal. It was meaty, and Inter Miami fortunate nobody found it. Inter Miami now into the right attacking third. Outside left channel, Luis Suarez. Suarez now to the middle for Alba, straight on. We'll give it off to Busquets. He's about 35 yards away. Dumps it off for Messi. Messi turns the corner in the left channel. Messi was looking for a way to deliver. Instead, played it back to Bright. Yannick Bright off to Messi. Inside left flank. Now Yannick Bright once again straight on. 30 yards away from goal. Inter Miami tries the right wing, and Lujan will give it right back to Busquets. Now back into the middle for Yannick Bright. Makes it turn on his right foot, shed the defender momentarily. Inter Miami trying to be patient with the ball, now starting to dominate possession into the 40th minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and Orlando City. Noah Allen outside the penalty D. Now to Yannick Bright. Sends a scorching pass to Allende, who did well to control it. Now Alba from the left flank floats a ball in, right side of the box, headed away by Orlando City, and it's won by the visitors from the central portion of the state. And touching the ball out of play, Ian Frey along the near right touchline in Inter Miami's attacking third. Orlando City with the throw-in. Ian Frey getting his first start since the FC Dallas defeat. That was 2 home matches ago, but has not really been a key piece of the attack to this point, as he was against FC Dallas. Lujan's called for a handball in the Orlando City defensive half as they were trying to work the ball across the midfield stripe. The referee stops playing. Orlando City with the restart. 41:07, 41:08, 41:09, and Orlando City far side, right touchline, left attacking third. A ball floated towards the box. Maxi Falcone able to chest it down before Ojeda could get there. Inter Miami trying to get out onto the move. Into the right attacking half quickly. Lionel Messi outside right channel. Plays it forward to Allende. Allende The outside of the box extended right side into the area. Fought off 2 defenders. Suarez gives it off to Messi right side of the box. And he has it tackled away across the end line by Janssen. It'll be an Inter Miami corner. Brought to you by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Represented injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Robin Janssen, a nifty little tackle. In the moment of truth, he's the all-time Orlando appearances leader. Got a ton of experience. It showed there. Messi takes the corner. In swinger. It's punched away by Galassi. Going to retrieve is Ian Frey. He's not going to be able to get there. It will be an Inter Miami throw-in the right attacking half. This is tossed over the defense to Lionel Messi at the border of the box right side. But it was a heavy touch, and it is played back out of the goalkeeper, Galassi. And Inter Miami's calling for a back pass, an illegal back pass. The referee says no, that was legally played onto the keeper. Now a long ball forward. Look out, Muriel behind the defense. Muriel right foot beats Ustari. And it is 1-0 Orlando City. And it's an assist for the goalkeeper, Pedro Galassi. Muriel just took off. Inter Miami fell asleep. And Muriel has his 6th goal of the season. 1-0 Orlando City, minute number 43. Well, Inter Miami thought it was an illegal back pass onto Galassi, and while they were protesting, Galassi just launched the ball forward. Muriel got behind Falcone and slotted it by Ustari into the left side of goal. Some old-fashioned MLS style right down Main Street offense for Orlando City. And Muriel able to win the ball, launched over the top, and from the right side of the area, he's able to beat Ustari. Inter Miami just leaking goals. That is the 18th concession in not quite 6.5 matches for Inter Miami. And the crowd is unhappy. 1-0 Orlando City. Inter Miami on the verge of trailing at halftime for a 3rd consecutive match after entering that road trip going to St. Paul against Minnesota United, having never trailed after 45 this season. It's about to happen in a 3rd straight. 44-28, 44-29, 44-30 on the clock here in Fort Lauderdale. And Inter Miami going to have to play from behind. Right attacking third, Lionel Messi for Inter Miami along the near right touchline. To Yannick Bright in the middle. Bright floats a ball to the outside left. Jordi Alba sent it to Luis Suarez. Suarez wanted to find Messi, who was standing in the penalty arc, never got there. Bright, though, forces a turnover. Yannick Bright, left side of the box. Laid it off to Alba. It was slid away across the end line. Left of goal for an Inter Miami corner. Pasalic could not get control, but he did swipe it away. All Inter Miami corners brought to you by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Messi will send in the corner from the far side. Actually, that's Alba. Alba floats it to the top of the box. Orlando City able to clear with a head. It's retrieved 30 yards out. Right flank. Noah Allen, who sends it into the box. It's headed backwards by Tadeo Allende and out of play to the right of Pedro Galassi's goal. And the Orlando City assist man, the goalkeeper Pedro Galassi, will deliver a goal kick. And this time you can bet Inter Miami is going to be watching carefully to see what the keeper does. Galassi, who already robbed Lionel Messi of a goal, now with an assist tonight on the Luis Muriel goal. Only one additional minute, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Galassi drills the goal kick, and there is the final whistle of the opening half. A 43rd minute concession from Inter Miami. Orlando City's Luis Muriel on a ball that was launched right up Main Street, got behind the defense, and used a right foot to ease it by Oscar Ustare, and that's the difference at halftime. Orlando City 1, Inter Miami 0. Mike Rizzo has your halftime show up next from the network studios in West Palm Beach. A 1-0 scoreline, Orlando City with the advantage at the break. This is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Did you miss Theoretically Speaking?
We have on Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike.
I turned to Canty and I was like, yo, Theo's on Good Morning America. Knowing you definitely have someone on the inside that's a producer of something, and you sent your own stuff. That's how I played this out in my head.
I do know somebody who's a high-ranking producer with Good Morning America. I shot him a text. I'm like, yo, I know you had something to do with this. And he's an honest dude. He was like, I wish I could take credit for it, but I don't even know how that happened.
It's Theoretically Speaking, weekdays at 2, here on ESPN 1063.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063. Here's Mike Rizzo.
A goal by Muriel in Orlando City in extra time. Actually, 2 minutes before extra time, the 43rd minute is the difference right now. Orlando City up on our Inter Miami Herons at halftime, 1-0. And welcome on into our halftime report. We are powered by our local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive that brand new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Inter Miami, as the story is with most of the Herons games, they are dominating the possession. 61% to 39. Expected goals, if you're into that kind of thing. Orlando City leading the way there with 1.02 to Inter Miami's 0.42. There have been 17 shots on goal, 8 for Inter Miami, 9 for Orlando City. By the way, that is 17 shots total. As far as on target, that's a completely different situation. One shot on target for Inter Miami. That was the Lionel Messi right foot firecracker across keep, but Galassi able to make the save. And as far as shots on target for Orlando City, 3. So 4 total shots on target, 3 for Orlando City, 1 for Inter Miami. Inter Miami, I thought, did a great job of taking care of the ball for the most part and keeping the ball out of Orlando City's hands. I really thought this game was going on par until we really got into the whole Inter Miami thought that Orlando City had an illegal pass back and then pass downfield goal. Let's just take a listen to it because, folks, Inter Miami, Jordi Alba, Lionel Messi and company, players on the pitch, wanted an illegal pass from the keeper, which they were arguing, and I think Inter Miami was not ready for possession, not ready for Orlando City to have possession of the ball, and it turned into a goal. Let's listen to Ken here because we got 2 clips here. We got the goal that made it 1-0 by Muriel, and then Ken explaining, hey, Inter Miami wanted an illegal pass back. Let's take a listen to the Muriel goal first.
Inter Miami's calling for a back pass, an illegal back pass, and the referee says no, that was legally played onto the keeper. Now a long ball forward. Look out, Muriel behind the defense. Muriel right foot beats Ustari, and it is 1-0 Orlando City, and it's an assist for the goalkeeper, Pedro Galassi. Muriel just took off. Inter Miami fell asleep, and Muriel has his 6th goal of the season. 1-0 Orlando City, minute number 43.
And then here's Ken explaining it further.
Well, Inter Miami thought it was an illegal back pass onto Galassi, and while they were protesting, Galassi just launched the ball forward. Muriel got behind Falcone and slotted it by Ustari into the left side of goal.
So Galassi making him pay. No pun intended there. No sly riddle, or rather rhyme I tried to play there. Galassi making Inter Miami pay. I saw the play on the telly, and I don't know what to make of it. I'm a little upset that Inter Miami kind of fell asleep. I thought they did enough in that half to at least have it be 0-0. There were points in that half where you thought Inter Miami could be up 2-0. Let's hear a couple of chances for Inter Miami in that first half.
Now a left-footed blast from to the left of the penalty arc, just wide. Noah Allen put a missile of a left foot into that, and it sailed about 5 feet over the bar. But there's the first pressure to speak of tonight.
And then here's a plethora of chances from Lionel Messi.
Oh, giveaway. Here's Lionel Messi at the top of the penalty arc. Had a shot blocked away. He's back on it, and it was cleared, swiped across the right end line and out of play as Messi was trying to line up a shot. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami. Busquets. Here's Lionel Messi. A first-time attempt. Tried to curl it from right of the penalty arc and missed the far post on a low curler by about 3 feet. But that was a nifty attempt from Lionel Messi. Just wide of the mark. We've had plenty of shots, but not yet a shot on target tonight through just over 18 and a half minutes of action.
I mentioned the lone shot on target was that big save by Galassi. Let's hear another chance, this time Ian Frey.
Penalty arc, laid it off, got it back, played right side of the box. Ian Frey, right foot. Oh, he couldn't find the far post. Across the face of goal, tried to cut it into the side netting and just missed by inches. Another great piece of attack from Inter Miami.
And once again, Inter Miami unable to find the back of the net. This game, folks, really feels like, I mean, if you're listening to it right here on ESPN 106.3, if you're watching on Apple TV, I mean, I'll tell you what, Inter Miami could have 3 goals in this game. The Lionel Messi Galassi save, that's 1. And then the plethora of chances I just played there, 2 more by Messi, 1 by Ian Frey, and then a cracker of an almost goal by Ian Frey. I really thought Inter Miami played well outside of falling asleep, and you can't do that. Listen, I'm not trying to make excuses for this team at all, but outside of falling asleep on whatever the hell this was.
Miami's calling for a back pass, an illegal back pass, and the referee says no, that was legally played onto the keeper. Now a long ball forward. Look out, Muriel behind the defense. Muriel right foot beats Ustari.
Like, I understand you're frustrated. I understand that maybe it should have been the call there. But at the same time, you got to regroup. You got to focus back up. You've done enough all half. You've done enough all half to be able to go into halftime 0-0, damn near 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. You played a great half. You can't fall asleep like that. You cannot fall asleep like that. That's not the Inter Miami I know, and that's not the Inter Miami that we've watched since Lionel Messi walked into that building about 2 years ago. So I think Inter Miami, a lot of soul searching might be the wrong word, but certainly going to try to get this thing back on track in the second half because I felt they played good enough to at least carry the draw in the halftime. I thought the defense figured out a lot of things. You shot yourself in the foot, but at least it wasn't a giveaway. At least it wasn't I almost said a self-inflicted wound. This was a self-inflicted wound because you fell asleep and you were looking for a call and you didn't get a call. But it wasn't an Oscar Ustari-Oopsie. It wasn't one of the defenders turning the ball over on their own penalty deke and then turning into a goal. They played good defensively. They peppered Galatasaray and that Orlando City defense. Time to get back on track in the second half. I have a lot of faith, folks. I do. I have a lot of faith that Inter Miami is going to be able to get this thing back on track, score a couple of goals. But Ken mentioned it during the broadcast. 18 goals Inter Miami has surrendered their last couple of games. This was a team that was not surrendering goals in the first half, the first 6 MLS fixtures. Time to get back on track, Inter Miami, and let's hope they can do it in that second half. 1-0. A Muriel goal for Orlando City, the difference right now. We're taking it back to the pitch with Ken LaVicka and our OG Oscar Ustari. This is the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Don't miss Russo and Rizzo.
One of our callers called in. He goes, Riz, I'm like you. I got 6 monitors every night, watching every single game. That guy and I are going to have lunch someday.
6 monitors is too much. You don't need that.
Yes, we do. Alan also refuses to come over my house because there are too many places to sit.
Not a fan of that. It's ridiculous. I get 2 games at once. Sometimes you'd like to have 3, but 2, you just have to make do with it. There's too much input, and you can't pay attention to 4 games at once. It's a waste of money.
It's Russo and Rizzo, weekdays at 4, here on ESPN 106.3.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
Inter Miami and Orlando City as we get set for the second half from Fort Lauderdale, and the home side is trailing after 45 for a third straight match. Orlando City 1, Inter Miami nothing. I am Ken LaVicka, and we are about 10 seconds, according to the clock, restarting this match, and Inter Miami is not back out on the pitch. Orlando City has their full 11 out, and Inter Miami has not yet come out from the locker room. And I'm not sure that I recall seeing this. And I don't know the explanation for this. In the meantime, it was Luis Muriel with the Orlando City goal. That happened late in the opening half. It was a 43rd minute tally off of an assist from the goalkeeper, Pedro Galasé, who simply launched a long ball from his own 6-yard box. And Muriel got on the end of it, winning a track meet against the Inter Miami back line right through Main Street and slotted it past Oscar Ustari with a right foot. And it was 1-0. And that's our scoreline now. Orlando City on top. Inter Miami has finally come out onto the pitch, and Luis Suarez already having a disagreement with Guido Gonzalez Jr., the referee. I'm trying to check to see if Javier Mascherano made any first half into halftime substitutions. I do not believe so. And so we are back underway. Inter Miami will get us going here. Second half from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale as dusk has descended upon Fort Lauderdale. A beautiful, brilliant sky. Purple and dark blue is our final moments of any semblance of sunlight fade away here in South Florida on a hot, muggy evening in the region in this rivalry matchup between Inter Miami and Orlando City. Orlando City has not beaten Inter Miami since 2023. By the way, for those of you who are trying to double dip it here tonight, Game 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals in Toronto, the Panthers and the Maple Leafs through 1. It is 0-0, Panthers and Leafs. Keep you updated throughout the night, though I'm sure plenty of you have a screen watching that matchup and radio or Apple TV or Sirius XM to listen to yours truly, Ken LaVicka. 1-0, Orlando City leads Inter Miami. We are just past the opening minute, and Inter Miami going right to left with the attack. They're in the left attacking third for the first time in the half. Here is Ian Frey, a good cross from the right of the box, and it just missed, linking up with Tadeo Allende, who is making a run towards the near post. The ball will trickle across the near left end line. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami, presented by Leiter Ryder Smith, Ivy and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourright.com. Jordi Alba outswinging left-footed corner to the edge of the 6-yard box, and it was headed high in the air by Janssen, and Orlando City able to clear. And now they're out on the counter. Look out! Here's Ojeda near midfield, right attacking third. Ojeda 1v1 on Ustari, and he blasted it over the bar. Oh, what a miss from Ojeda, who had his 9th goal of the year looming. Ustari took a couple of steps forward to make him think about it. It made all the difference as Ojeda sailed it into the seats. Oh, but Inter Miami caught napping and flat-footed, a perfectly executed counter for Orlando City, and they flat out biffed it. Inter Miami's got to make them pay. Here comes Inter Miami, left attacking half. Oh, beautiful touch from Lionel Messi. He plays it through, right side of the box, and Suarez could not find a way to get free as Frey was looking, searching for support. Frey probably could have taken a shot. He had a dispossessed from him. It rolls across the far right end line. Another Leiter Ryder Smith, Ivy and Fronrath, Inter Miami corner, represented injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. In swinging corner, Lionel Messi. Can Inter Miami hit on a set piece? Here it comes, swung in, and it's headed away from the mouth of goal. Allende back on it, right side of the box for Inter Miami. Well done by him. Now Lionel Messi sprays into about 25 yards out. Jordi Alba on to Busquets, and now Noah Allen back to Busquets in the middle, 35 yards away. Sends it into the center circle. Jordi Alba retrieves. He was playing along the back line for a moment. Now Falcone retreats, and Jordi Alba comes on to the left flank. The ball's worked, though, to the far right side for Lionel Messi. Good pass. Top of the penalty D for Suarez. Got knocked down. Had it punched away from him, but Inter Miami wins it right back, left of the center circle. Allen, Alba, left flank. Here's Suarez. Left foot, swipes it to the top of the penalty D onto Messi. Messi drags, Messi lays it off Suarez. His cross to the middle, chested down Allende. Allende's on it, has to lay it off for Lujan outside the box. Outside right channel, and he will float in a harmless ball that is caught in midair in the 6-yard box by Pedro Galvesay for Orlando City, who, as it stands now in the 49th minute, is the man of the match. He has a glorious save on Messi and an assist. It's 1-0 Orlando City leading Inter Miami in the 49th minute. Inter Miami, though, will try and search for a goal and draw this level. Inter Miami has not been shut out at home all season, only shut out once this year, and that was at Chicago in a 0-0 draw against the Fire in front of a record Fire home crowd at Soldier Field. Good takeaway from Noah Allen in his right defensive half. And now Jordi Alba swipes a ball forward. Wanted Luis Suarez trying to get behind the defense, but a good sliding save from Arrigo Schlegel before Suarez could get on the end of it. Slid to make that interception. Orlando City will try and push it forward, and in his own penalty D, it was Oscar Ustari who blasted the ball away with the right foot, and Inter Miami wins it in the defensive midfield. On the near side, left side, Maxi Falcone now possesses in the middle of his defensive zone, and Inter Miami works it right to the midfield stripe before it is pushed back by Ian Frey. Spell of possession here for Inter Miami, who had 61% of it in the opening 45. We played 5 minutes in this second half. Here's Inter Miami with Lujan into the left attacking half. He's on the right flank. Sends it to the outside. Allende, right of the box. At the top of the box border, and now it's pushed back to about 30 yards out for Inter Miami. Busquets. Now Frey. Frey pushes it to the end line. Lujan. Busquets into the middle. Suarez headed it to nobody in particular. And Orlando City, the easy interception. And now another long ball up ahead. And can Inter Miami make a play on it? No! Falcone tried to get a touch right side of the box. Orlando City. Oh, and a point-blank shot and a save. And the rebound is loose outside the 6-yard area. And that's pushed wide of goal by Orlando City. Ojeda standing, facing an open goal. And at the last moment, Inter Miami got a touch on it for an Orlando City corner. It was Alex Freeman who got behind the defense after Falcone could not make it a decisive defensive play. And then Maxi Falcone did come back and save the day with Noah Allen to get a touch on that Ustari rebound before Ojeda could put a right foot into a wide open, gaping netting. Near side to far side, corner from Orlando City. It was punched up in the air, two-handed by Ustari, but Orlando City back on it to the right of the penalty arc. Muriel makes a turn. Nifty footwork. It's played right side of the box. A low cross from Ojeda, deflected, and then a shot on a loose ball leaks through Ustari, and Orlando City with the goal to go up 2-0. Marco Pasalic, Ustari with a howler. 2-0 Orlando City in the 53rd minute. Well, it all started with Ustari making the decision to punch the ball off the corner instead of catch it. Inter Miami could never get possession back. And then Ustari simply had a ball go right through him. He went down to make a play, and it short hopped right through his legs. That is not good enough. And Oscar Ustari, over the last 3 matches or so, has really fought it badly. And this is an Inter Miami side that is not in good form, and now chasing 2 goals in the 53rd minute. Now Inter Miami on the push. Left attacking third. Luis Suarez got knocked over in the middle as Ian Frey got onto the ball in the box, and Ian Frey just simply played the ball across the far end line. He was onside. He comes up onto the ball, and he simply just gave it away. And now Orlando City has a goal kick. $19 goals conceded in just over 6.5 matches for Inter Miami. Here's the problem. You don't quite know where to try and plug the hole first because, yes, Inter Miami has conceded an awful lot of goals going back to the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions League semifinal against Vancouver. But coming into tonight, Inter Miami, and a yellow has been shown to Yannick Bright in the middle of the pitch. Or no, Maxi Falcone has been shown the yellow after a collision at midfield, just to compound the problems. But Inter Miami came into tonight 128 scoring opportunities, dead last in Major League Soccer. So yes, Inter Miami and the defense has splintered over and over again, but Inter Miami's not generating any scoring chances either. And now they're down 2-0. Inter Miami with Lionel Messi, who's going to be left to have to do Herculean things, is fouled as he made his way into the left attacking half. He got pushed by Duran Gerbet, and now a quick restart. Messi had a pass denied, but Allende able to get it back top of the box, and then he gets dispossessed. Nobody is sure on the ball for Inter Miami other than Lionel Messi. And once again, he's left on an island to do it all. And dare I say, outside of a couple of hustle plays, Luis Suarez has really in no way looked dangerous in the attack here tonight for Inter Miami. Javier Mascherano is going to have to make changes and make them quick, and I see that Talasco Segovia has taken off the warm-ups. Fafa Pico's taken them off, and they're about to come on. And Inter Miami desperately needs them. Orlando City looking for a third left side of the box. Ojeda swiped the ball with his left foot. Didn't get a lot on it, and it trickles on to Oscar Ustari. Here's the issue, too, with Inter Miami and their goalkeeping situation. Ustari, who has seen his save percentage plummet by almost 20% over the last 4 matches, down to right around 65%. You have a 19-year-old, and Rocco Rios Novo is your backup keeper. Drake Callender is out for several months after sports hernia surgery. So where do you go? Inter Miami wins itself a corner in the right defensive third in the 56th minute. And here come the 2 substitutions I mentioned for Inter Miami. So Maxi Falcone's night is done. Fafa Pico will replace Falcone. And Talasco Segovia will take off Ian Frey, who did not have a great night, making his first start in 4 matches. Inter Miami needs a spark, and they need a plan. So a heavily attacking 11 on the pitch now for Inter Miami. Fafa Pico, who was sorely missed on the road trip to Minnesota United in San Jose, battling migraine headaches. He is into the match in the 57th minute, along with Talasco Segovia. 2-0 Orlando City on top. Goals for Muriel and Pasalic. For Muriel, his 6th. For Pasalic, his 6th. Inter Miami, left attacking half. Can they find a way to get back into this match? Need to pull one back and probably need to do it in fairly short order. Busquets to the right of the center circle in the left attacking half. Deposits it to the middle, Yannick Bright. Bright trying to touch it on to Suarez. It got there. Segovia wins the ball on the left wing and out of the outside, Jordi Alba. Alba sends it into the middle outside the box. Here's Bright. Bright, short pass, Messi. Messi left foot, chips it over the top, finds Alba, back to Messi. Messi left foot, cuts it to his right, had a shot blocked. Now here's Suarez, who winds it up from the penalty arc. That takes a deflection out of play across the far right end line. That's better for Inter Miami. This corner brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Far side and near side corner for Inter Miami. Telasco Segovia will deliver. This will be an outswinger. He is a righty. Segovia, left hand in the air, gets the go-ahead from the referee and delivers. High into the air, middle of the box, headed out of the box. Jordi Alba goes to retrieve for Inter Miami. He's about 30 yards away on the right channel. Now along the far right touchline, Segovia sweeps it out to Alba. And now to Lujan. Lujan had it sent away, but Busquets able to win it back near the midfield circle. All numbers are back for Orlando City, for the exception of Muriel. Here's Busquets, straight on, 35 yards away for Inter Miami, and could not find anybody as he passed it to the right edge of the box. He had Messi and Pico in the vicinity. He split both of them, and Orlando City with the steal, but Inter Miami back on possession near the midfield stripe. Here's Messi with the left foot. He gets cut down outside the box, and a whistle, and a foul, and a free kick coming for Inter Miami from just to the right of the penalty arc. And this will be from about 22 yards out. A hard-charging Messi trying to do whatever he can, and he got clipped by Gervais, and a golden scoring opportunity. Free kick for Inter Miami and Lionel Messi. Our first substitution for Orlando City is coming before this free kick. It's going to be Kyle Smith. And the night is over for Ivan Angulo. Angulo, who looks like he might have suffered a little bit of a knock. So Kyle Smith enters to fortify for Orlando City. As Oscar Pareja, in his 6th year as the boss of Orlando City, makes his first substitution. Lionel Messi stands over the ball. This is from about 25 yards. To the right of the penalty arc, outside the area. Lionel Messi with his left foot gets the whistle. Messi with his team down 2-0 in the 61st minute. Here's the free kick, and he sent it right into the wall. It bounces back to Yannick Bright. Sends it off to the left wing, Alba. Alba floats it into the box. Back post onto Messi. Left foot down 9 again by Gallisay. A follow attempt. Busquets blocked away. And the rebound caroms all the way to the near left touchline. Inter Miami back on it. Allende left foot. That's blocked. And now the race is on for Orlando City. Off the near right touchline, right attacking half. Here comes Ojeda. Ojeda is called for a foul as he swiped with a left hand and pulled at Yannick Bright, who was trying to defend, to the turf. Bright laying there, feeling a physical affliction. Lionel Messi had it saved from the right of the 6-yard area off the left leg of Pedro Gallisay. Inter Miami can't buy a goal right now. 2-0 Orlando City. We are past the hour mark. 62nd minute to be exact. Javier Mascherano giving direction to Jordi Alba, his former Barcelona teammate. And Inter Miami restarts play from its defensive half. Sergio Busquets meanders into the left attacking midfield. On the far side, it is played by Messi all the way into the right defensive half, far side to near side. It's retrieved by Noah Allen. Allen, a dangerous ball as Muriel was lurking at the back of the center circle. Busquets able to get there. Now Lionel Messi left attacking half. Straight on. Here's Segovia, 35 yards out. Shovels the ball off to the left for Noah Allen on the left wing. Now Yannick Bright back to Segovia in the middle. Segovia with pressure coming from behind. Gives it to Lujan on the inside left channel. Quick pass, return back to Lujan. Short range, Segovia punched it back to Messi. Messi 35 yards out, sends a ball into the area. Suarez is trying to get on the end of it, but Galasay off one hop smothers it to the left of the 6-yard box. As we get 63 and a half minutes in, and Orlando City leading 2-0. By the way, Orlando City, for the first time this season, has scored in both halves away from Central Florida. So Inter Miami has allowed Orlando City to do something it has not done all year long. And Orlando City came into tonight only 2 first-half goals away from home. They scored a third one here tonight. Pico got on the end of a long ball along the end line far side, kept it in play. Messi tried to slide a through ball through. He was looking for Luis Suarez, and it was intercepted by Orlando City. Now long ball forward to win off of the back heel, though, of Mariel, but it caroms right to Pasalic. Pasalic 30 yards out. Segovia tackled it away, and here comes Busquets. Inter Miami, can they rush some numbers forward? Into the left attacking half, and they have to hold up play because Allende needs reinforcements, and Orlando City gets their defense set. The left channel, Suarez outside the box. Now to Bright. Over to the left side, left of the area. Alba swings in a left-footed corner. Good cross! And a defensive header is kept in play from in front of goal. That was a really, really good play by Orlando City. And Robin Janssen. And now a steal from Noah Allen. Here's Inter Miami. Segovia outside the penalty arc. Into the box. Here's Lionel Messi. Juggles with the ball. Couldn't get a left foot off. A block. They lose ball off to Pico, and Pico has it slide tackled away across the far right end line for an Inter Miami corner. Brought to you by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Brecalo was able to take it away from Pico. Short corner for Inter Miami. Messi swings in a ball. That's headed away. Yannick Bright, penalty arc. His shot's blocked. My goodness, Orlando City just throwing bodies at the ball, protecting their keeper, who's made 2 remarkable saves tonight on Lionel Messi. Speaking of, he's in the right channel. Sends a ball back post and wanted Pico, but it was never going to get there. And it harmlessly flies across the near end line wide of the left goal post of Pedro Gasalay's netting. Well, we are into the 66th minute. Orlando City 2, Inter Miami 0. Inter Miami 4 points from its last 4 matches. That is 20th in Major League Soccer. And they need some sort of spark. It has been a frustrating last 3 weeks or so for Inter Miami. You go from the highest of highs, the comeback victory, second leg, CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals. Remarkable resolve against LAFC here in Fort Lauderdale. And other than a 4-1 win over New York Red Bulls that was dominated by Lionel Messi discourse about his frustration after the match, even though he scored a goal, it has been a rough ride. Things have been tense, that's for sure. This side needs a pick-me-up on the pitch. They need wins. The best way to feel better is to find a win, but you're down 2 goals to your rival here in the 67th minute. It is 2-0 Orlando City. Muriel and Pasalic, first and second half respectively, scoring for Orlando City. 43rd minute and 53rd minute. Now Orlando City, rare spell of possession in this second half. On the left wing, on the move to the left corner far side in the left attacking third. Muriel couldn't keep it in play. It rolls across the touchline. This will be a throw-in for Inter Miami. And it is handled immediately. And here comes Inter Miami, far side to near side in their right defensive half. Jordi Alba in a battle. And a foul is called against Marco Pasalic. Pasalic with 1 goal and 11 caps for the Croatian national team. He has had a good night tonight, including a goal, his 6th of the year. Inter Miami immediately into the left attacking half. Allende had it poked away, able to retrieve though. Allende cuts it to the inside, and now on the inside right channel, Bright off to Messi. Messi 30 yards away, gives it Segovia, left side. Segovia with a right foot deposits it to Alba near left touchline. Now squares one back to Segovia, and it's played back Noah Allen 35 yards away. Yannick Bright now. 69th minute here in Fort Lauderdale. Lionel Messi is called for a foul, a push in the back on the right flank. As Gervais went to ground. And 2 substitutions on the way for Orlando City. Ramiro Enrique will take Luis Muriel off. That'll be good news for Inter Miami. And then the second substitution is going to be Daghor Don Thoraldson taking off Marco Pasalic. So both Orlando City goal scorers tonight come off at the same time. The Iceland international, Daghor Don Thoraldson, comes on along with Ramiro Enrique. And he has quite the streak on the line, does Enrique. He has set a club record 8 straight matches with a goal. That came in 2024. So not on the line per se, but he has the club record for most consecutive matches with a tally all competitions. That came last season. And Inter Miami with a bad ball from Segovia. A left attacking half, wanted to send it to the right outside. It went right through Allende, and a number of Inter Miami players, the body language shows ultimate frustration. And this crowd is also, as you can imagine, a bit disgruntled. It has not been a great night for Inter Miami. And that has become, unfortunately, a bit more common as of late. Long season, but you got to get going, and you want some momentum before the Club World Cup, which is just around the corner. Inter Miami left attacking third again, right outside the box. Allende gives it up, Alba, and then Alba sent a ball to the right side. Thought someone was going to be making a run along the touchline, and there was not a single solitary soul there, and it just sails out of play. This is a discombobulated mess right now. I mean, my goodness. 2-0 Orlando City, 72nd minute. And Inter Miami has been on the ball almost in this entire second half because Orlando City has no need to be in possession. Inter Miami 63% on the ball in this match. Cumulative. Lionel Messi up the right channel, left attacking third. Onto his left foot, now into the middle, Segovia. Segovia with his right foot, this time sends it right to the box. And an attempt at a cross by Allende is blocked away. What's new by Smith. Kyle Smith of Orlando City. And it'll be a deep far corner throw-in for the men in pink, Inter Miami. And things get no easier, by the way, for Inter Miami in the next couple of weeks. We'll go into detail about that in just a few moments. Meanwhile, Inter Miami sets up shop once again in the left attacking third. An Orlando City player went down in the box after getting tied up with Luis Suarez. This is Schlegel, who went down in a heap away from the play. And a yellow is shown to Luis Suarez. This is starting to unravel for Inter Miami. Suarez is barking at the referee. Guido Gonzalez Jr. We'll see the replay here. Yeah, and Suarez lined up Schlegel with a shoulder. And to be quite honest, if I'm Luis Suarez, I probably feel pretty fortunate that the referee didn't consider a straight red on that, because he did line him up and throw his shoulder into the upper body of Schlegel. He looked at him, lined him up, sized him up, sent him to the ground. So I do think Guido Gonzalez was being more than tolerant, giving a yellow to Luis Suarez. Off of a long ball, an aerial duel won by Inter Miami. Can Inter Miami score? 74th minute, 2-0. Orlando City, a ball got through to Pico. Before it did, though, a whistle and a foul and a free kick for Inter Miami about 30 yards away. Suarez is up and upset that Robin Janssen wasn't called for anything more than a regular foul. He wants a card. Suarez came up, and that's a high boot from Robin Janssen. Inter Miami will have a free kick, but this is from quite some distance. It is a straight-on direct free kick in the 74th minute. Orlando City 2, Inter Miami 0. Inter Miami with a set piece. Second free kick attempt tonight for Lionel Messi. And Messi was just shown a yellow for dissent. Oh, man. This is really, really, really showing the level of not only frustration, but the now empty tank temperament of Inter Miami. So Messi has a yellow for a second straight match. Can't imagine that that's happened very often in his career. And Tadeo Allende, who needed to come off, is trying to desperately. Oh, check that. That's not Allende who came off. Inter Miami's looking to make a quick substitution. Before this free kick, Alan Abando comes racing over. Federico Redondo, I believe, as well for Inter Miami. We're going to see Redondo and Abando. Lionel Messi, straight on free kick from about 30 yards. Approaches. It's a low free kick. It went under the wall, but it trickled wide off the right side of goal. Messi pulled it. Nifty attempt, but Galase had it tracked, and it was never a threat to the goal. So in the 75th minute, Inter Miami 15 minutes away from being shut out at home for the first time this season. Inter Miami came into tonight leading MLS in 7 of their 12 matches, scoring both halves. That already becomes the 6th match of the year where they're not going to score both halves. Yannick Bright is coming off in favor of Obando. So Obando comes on, and so does Federico Redondo for Inter Miami. 2-0 Orlando City. Javier Mascherano looking for something, some way to try and come back in this one. But it's starting to get late, 77th minute. And a whistle and a foul against Inter Miami near midfield along the near right touchline. So Tadeo Allende came off for Alan Abando, Federico Redondo into the match for Yannick Bright. Here's Orlando City off the throw and bullying his way into the box. And then Ustari had some trouble handling after Ramiro Enrique was coming up the right wing. Ustari then, after he fumbled the ball away in his own area, had to outside his box simply kicked the ball as hard as he could into the midfield. It caromed off an Orlando City player for an Inter Miami throw-in. Ustari just nervy from the defensive half. Long ball forward, Messi. He never found the target. And then trying to challenge the keeper, who was off his line, was Luis Suarez. But Galase was able to get back and knock the ball on a short hop at the top of the 6-yard area. Now Suarez and Galase jawing at one another, pointing fingers. I don't quite know what the disagreement here is. And neither of those two competitors need much to get them going. A couple of heads in the midfield, and then a foul on Alan Abando as he went up trying to win a 50-50 ball in an aerial duel, and the referee blows his whistle. Bando, who last week was suffering from some muscle discomfort, but still saw action, ran into Rodrigo Schlegel, the right center back for Orlando City. As we close in on the 78th minute, make that 79th minute here in Fort Lauderdale. 2-0, Orlando City with the advantage. A goal in the first half from Mariel. And then in the second half, in the 53rd minute, Orlando City getting a goal as well. And has really made a potential comeback difficult. As a foul is called on Inter Miami's Talasco Segovia. It was Pasalic for Orlando City getting the second. He's since been subbed off. Segovia called for hitting the back heel of David Brecalo in Orlando City's right attacking third. By the way, quick update from Toronto, second period. Game 7, East semifinals. The Panthers have opened up a 2-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. So we'll keep tabs on that. It is 2-0 in favor of Orlando City here in Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando City has the possession. Near side, along the touchline, attacking third, right side of the pitch. And a ball play to the right side of the box. Freeman gets to it in the corner for Orlando City, near that corner flag, and now pushes it out to about 34 yards away along the touchline. The delivery was blocked. Araujo had it played right back onto him, though, off of Inter Miami's Noah Allen. And Inter Miami is going to watch Orlando City eat some possession here. The ball is worked back towards the midfield stripe. And then a deflection far side from Fafa Pico leads to an Orlando City attacking half throw-in far left. Well, Inter Miami 7 points from the last 4 at home, a +3 goal differential. Not helped by what this result is shaping up to be here tonight. And Orlando City will force a throw-in from the far side, left attacking third, make that right attacking third, far side throw-in. Inter Miami is claiming that Ramiro Enrique played the ball across his own end line, but then he blasted it off Pico across the far touchline, and the referee gave the throw-in to Orlando City. Inter Miami finally back on the ball after a strong tackle from Federico Redondo. But Inter Miami gives it up right away, 30 yards away. Orlando City, right attacking third, sent to the inside right channel. This is Freeman. Freeman, double teamed, cuts it back now to the top of the box. Ojeda left foot, left side of the area. Orlando City has something going here, but a pass to the penalty spot broken up by Noah Allen. Job not done, though, as Orlando City remains on the ball. And Redondo is called for a foul on the near right touchline. That was an easy call. As with his right foot, he hooked down Cesar Araujo. The Uruguayan international was the captain of Uruguay's U23s last year, prior to the Olympics. Played a big part in Orlando City history, 2 goals in the semis of the U.S. Open Cup 2022 against New York Red Bulls. Orlando City would go on to win the U.S. Open Cup in 2022. There's a free kick from the near right touchline, right of the box extended, near side, and a catch for Oscar Ustari, the Inter Miami goalkeeper, in traffic, skying high to make the two-handed grab. Well, Oscar Ustari, after a giveaway led to the opening San Jose goal on Wednesday, had a ball go through his 5-hole tonight. The second goal for Orlando City, courtesy of Marco Pasalic. And that will have the fans talking this week, assuredly. 84th minute, 2-0 Orlando City. Segovia outside the right portion of the box. Now into the middle for Redondo, straight on in the left attacking half to Alba. Alba swipes it outside the left side of the penalty arc. Here's a shot from Suarez, and it was a low shot wide of the near post and out of play. Gosselaar dove just to make sure that it didn't take a hop that he'd have to be challenged by, and he was able to collect it into his chest. I thought it went out of play. Gosselaar actually was able to gobble it up. He distributes, and Inter Miami wins it in the midfield. Right to left goes the Inter Miami attack. Messi has had 2 saves wrought against him here tonight by Pedro Gosselaar, or Gosselaar, I should say. I better get his name right. He is the man of the match as it stands. He has an assist on the opening Orlando City goal. Pedro Gosselaar is the first-team keeper for Peru. He's the captain, 114 caps, 42 clean sheets in a Peru shirt. And Orlando City's going to have a throw-in right attacking third along the near touch line. And Gosselaar, only 25 years of age as well. What a talent. Orlando City to throw it in near side at the border of the right attacking third. Now there's multiple balls on the pitch. I don't know what happened there, and the referee just decides to let play go, and Inter Miami wins the ball back. That was weird. Inter Miami, by the way, heading to Philadelphia next Saturday. They're going to want revenge for a tight 1-goal loss in the opening 6 weeks of the season here in Fort Lauderdale. And Philadelphia is sitting tied with Cincinnati top the table in the East. So like I said earlier, this is going to get no easier for Inter Miami. Inter Miami, the left attacking half square ball near side to far side. Redondo to Segovia. He played it off of his head, has to go retrieve it near the midfield, and now in the middle, Lionel Messi. 85-39, 85-40. There's Pico inside left channel, 32 yards away. Good ball from Suarez onto Messi, didn't get through. Suarez won it back, but then he tried to bulldoze his way through 4 defenders, easily dispossessed, and Orlando City clears into the Inter Miami defensive half. Now Inter Miami back into the left attacking portion of the pitch. Alba along the near touch line, saying, where is anybody to deliver it to? He's frustrated. I get it. How many times have I used that F word, by the way, over the last month here with this Inter Miami side? Suarez gives the ball away just outside the right side of the area. Redondo has to retrieve far right touch line, left attacking half. 86.5 minutes gone, 2-0 Orlando City. Busquets outside the penalty arc. Now it's sent to the outside left of the area. Alba, his cross for Pico, headed away by Orlando City. And now Thorholtsen has it for Orlando City. And Orlando City making a run up the touchline near side. And it's a great ball onto Freeman. Freeman into the middle. Does Orlando City have a third to the penalty arc? Right attacking third, and a shot off the post by Enrique. Right back onto Freeman. Right foot had it tackled away near the 6-yard box. Freeman back on it, pass deflected, and somehow Thorholtsen won it between 2 Inter Miami players, and now Orlando City can just sit on possession in the 87th minute. Orlando City just better with the 50-50 balls. They're fortunate it's not 3-0. Enrique was all by himself and put it off the right woodwork. Substitution, Inter Miami. We'll tell you about it after we take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. It's Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
We welcome you back to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Wish I had better news for you. Ken Levicka with you, alongside the OG onside engineer Oscar Gonzalez. 88th minute, and it's Orlando City 2, Inter Miami 0. Tomas Aviles into the match for Inter Miami, replacing Gonzalo Lujan. Meanwhile, Duncan McGuire checks in for Orlando City. So final substitutions being made, and unfortunately for Inter Miami, it seems as if it is all a moot point. As Inter Miami is going to suffer a third defeat on the year as they continue to slide down the Eastern Conference table, and this will be their first loss to Orlando City since 2023. Orlando City is going to avenge a 5-0 defeat here at Chase Stadium from last March. Not a whole lot of danger on the Orlando City goal tonight other than Lionel Messi for Inter Miami. Inter Miami left attacking third. Segovia, 30 yards out. Now Alba on the left wing. He had a cross deflected. It's a handball against Freeman of Orlando City. Set piece for the men in pink. By the way, Martin Ojeda was the Orlando City attacker who subbed off for Duncan McGuire. 2023 MLS Young Player of the Year. He finished second, I should say, in that voting. Here is a free kick from Segovia. Blasted it to the far post, and it's headed out of play by Fafa Pico. Got his head on it, couldn't direct it. And we have officially hit 90 minutes. A disappointing evening here in Fort Lauderdale. A jarring evening in Fort Lauderdale. A deflating evening here in Fort Lauderdale. 5 additional minutes presented by your South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. We love the fine folks, including Philip White and all of the great people at your local South Florida Audi dealers. They were out here tonight in Fort Lauderdale. What a beautiful activation in the fan zone. So do yourself a favor and check out a beautiful Audi, the Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealers. We are almost through 1 minute of 5 added. We'll be on the air next Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN 106.3, as well as the Deportes Radio FC app. From just outside the city of brotherly love, Inter Miami taking on Philadelphia Union. 7:30 kickoff time. Mike Rizzo at that 7 o'clock pregame. Network Studios in West Palm Beach. And dare I say, if we are talking about MLS regional culinary fare, Philadelphia, the Philly cheesesteak is the second most overrated culinary cuisine outside of FC Cincinnati and the Skyline Chili. Just my opinion. Send your emails to Mike Rizzo. Inter Miami in the left attacking third. Here is Lionel Messi outside the box. His shot blocked away by Brecalo. Inter Miami able to retrieve with Lionel Messi. Cuts it back. Right side of the area. Still going to the end line. He's spun down. The ball rolls out of play, and the referee says that it's a goal kick. My goodness. And the crowd boos. Messi thought for sure he was going to get a point to the spot. Inter Miami, by the way, has not been awarded a penalty all season long. The contact came from Kyle Smith of Orlando City. And after getting a glance at that, the referee probably made the right call not to point to the spot. Anyway, Florida has tacked on a third in Toronto. It is 3-0 Panthers, Game 7 of the Eastern semifinals. Panthers 3, Maple Leafs nothing. Into the 93rd minute. Mercifully, this one almost over here in Fort Lauderdale as the fans have started heading for the exits. Orlando City threatening left of the box. Low cross, and Thorholtson has scored off of a cross from the far side at the edge of the 6-yard box with a right foot. He puts it top netting past Ustari. Orlando City has a third. And on this rivalry Sunday, the side from Central Florida, putting a beating on Inter Miami. As Javier Mascherano looks on in bewilderment. What is going through that man's head right now? Inter Miami is going to have one win in their last 7. They are, barring something wild, going to be shut out for the first time at home this season. And this Inter Miami defense is non-existent. 20 concessions in 7 matches. That is profoundly troublesome for Inter Miami. And where do you go from here? You're going to pay a visit to the top side in the East next Saturday. Oh boy. There has got to be some fortitude shown at some point from this Inter Miami on-field product. They look out of sync. They look discombobulated. And they definitely look as if tempers are starting to rise. We have 15 seconds left in this match. Busquets cuts a long ball from the defensive portion of the center circle. Thorholtson for Orlando City is going to swipe it back into the Inter Miami defensive half. And as the 95th minute comes on, there is the final whistle. And Inter Miami is in dire straits right now. Certainly the worst home performance of the season for Inter Miami for a full 90. And Orlando City, a convincing, a thorough annihilation in this rivalry matchup. Orlando City avenges last season's 5-0 defeat in South Florida with a 3-0 victory over Inter Miami. The man of the match, Pedro Galase for Orlando City. He assisted the first goal of this contest for Orlando City. And came all the way back in the 43rd minute, courtesy of Muriel, who just outran the Inter Miami defense as Galase sent a sky ball forward right up the middle, and he beat Ustari. And then Galase had 2 phenomenal saves, a diving, ranging, right-handed swat of a messy blast in the first half, and then used his left leg to hockey save a short-range attempt right on the post of Lionel Messi in the second half. And your final tonight, 3-0 Orlando City beats Inter Miami. Well, Inter Miami's going to have to cinch it up. The defense, porous. The scoring opportunities, not there. And Inter Miami is continuing to slide down the Eastern Conference table. It's not a free fall yet, but it certainly doesn't feel good. So Inter Miami is back on the road this week. And what will this week bring for Inter Miami? We're about to find out. Want to thank the OG, our on-site engineer, Oscar Gonzalez. I'm Ken LaVicka. Mike Rizzo has your post-game show from the network studios in West Palm Beach. Your final scoreline for a final time from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Orlando City 3, Inter Miami 0. This is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Introducing DQ Grill & Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips, a basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup, fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill & Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our Herons losers to Orlando City tonight, 3-0. The Florida Derby belongs to Orlando so far this season, and Inter Miami 1 win in their last 7. Coach Mascherano and the players certainly looking for their form. Couple of chances in that first half. I actually thought Inter Miami played pretty well in that first half for all things considered. But the second half was all Orlando FC as they were able to get 2 goals in that second half to finish this thing at 3-0. I mentioned this is the Inter Miami postgame show. We are powered by our local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more, and the road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric 2025 Audi Q6 e-tron, featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi technology. It's not just a new electric vehicle, it's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Q6 e-tron, the next chapter of Audi, is officially here. Test drive the 2025 Audi Q6 e-tron at your local South Florida Audi dealers or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. I mentioned Inter Miami losers 3-0. Lionel Messi, couple of chances on goal. We'll go through the highlights here coming up in the next segment. Wanted to bring you some match facts after everything's all said and done. Inter Miami, for the fourth straight game, winning possession. They had 64% comparatively to Orlando FC's 36%. A 2.93, a whopping 2.93 XG for Orlando FC. That is expected goals, by the way, if you believe that sort of thing. 2.94 and 1.08 for Inter Miami. Inter Miami on the game, 21 total shots. 16 total shots for Orlando. But folks, 21 total shots and 0 goals to show for it. There were 4 shots on target for our Herons tonight. 2 big chances comparatively to 8 big chances for Orlando FC. 6 big chances missed for Orlando. 2 big chances missed for our Herons. When we come back, we will hear all of the highlights. We'll hear the 3 goals for Orlando FC, and we'll hear that first half where things sounded pretty good for Inter Miami. A lot of shots on target and a lot of chances, just couldn't find the back of the net. You're listening to the Inter Miami postgame show on ESPN 106.3.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Introducing the bold, the powerful, the all-new 2025 Range Rover Sport P530 Dynamic SE, a luxury SUV that commands attention with its refined design, dynamic performance, and cutting-edge technology. Lease the 2025 Range Rover Sport for just $15.29 per month for 36 months. Drive in style, power, and comfort, all for just $15.29 a month. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take the new Range Rover Sport for a spin. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our Herons losers to Orlando City tonight, 3-0. The final at Chase Stadium. Welcome on back to the postgame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. It is now time to go through the highlights of the game. Inter Miami very active in that first half. A lot of chances on target, just unable to find the back of the net. Inter Miami, 3 chances on target in the first half, had a plethora of chances, but Orlando City, actually the team who ended up getting a goal in that first half. And obviously in the second half, we know how things shook out. Pasalic with the goal in the 53rd minute, and then Thorin Olsen in the 94th minute, kind of at the death of the game when it was already sealed and delivered for Orlando City's victory. They add insult to injury with a 3-0 win over our Herons. It's time to go to our first highlight with Lionel Messi and a chance.
Oh, a giveaway. Here's Lionel Messi at the top of the penalty arc. Had a shot blocked away. He's back on it! And it was cleared. Swiped across the right end line and out of play as Messi was trying to line up a shot. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami.
And then Ian Frey coming up next.
In the penalty arc. Laid it off. Got it back. Played right side of the box. Ian Frey, right foot. Oh, he couldn't find the far post. Across the face of goal. Tried to cut it into the side netting and just missed by inches. Another great piece of attack from Inter Miami.
So Inter Miami knocking early. Let's hear Lionel Messi's second chance that almost found the net.
Here's Lionel Messi. A first-time attempt. Tried to curl it from right of the penalty arc and missed the far post on a low curler by about 3 feet. But that was a nifty attempt from Lionel Messi. Just wide of the mark. We've had plenty of shots, but not yet a shot on target tonight through just over 18 and a half minutes of action.
That is a great Ken LaVicka on the call. He is the voice of our Inter Miami Herons, and he is completely right. A ton of chances for the Herons in the first half. Not able to find the back of the net, and y'all know the story in the second half as well. Let's hear the scoring open up with Muriel.
Inter Miami's calling for a back pass, an illegal back pass. And the referee says, no, that was legally played onto the keeper. Now a long ball forward. Look out, Muriel behind the defense. Muriel right foot beats Ustari. And it is 1-0 Orlando City. And it's an assist for the goalkeeper, Pedro Galase. Muriel just took off. Inter Miami fell asleep. And Muriel has his 6th goal of the season. 1-0 Orlando City, minute number 43.
Muriel finding the back of the net. And it was a tidy finish, too. Now, it hardly explains what happens on the play. I was talking to our Deportes boys. You could also listen to the Spanish broadcast on 760 AM. Leo Vega on the call. And my good buddy Damian Perez, who helps with the halftime, postgame, and pregame shows. Damian says that it probably should have been a handball, that the defender illegally passed back to the keeper, Galase. Galase picked the ball up. Hence, Inter Miami arguing that it should have been a handball. Let's take a listen to Ken explaining the situation as well.
Inter Miami thought it was an illegal back pass onto Galase, and while they were protesting, Galase just launched the ball forward. Muriel got behind Falcone, and slotted it by Ustari into the left side of goal.
And it was a tidy finish by Muriel, his 6th goal on the year. Orlando City strikers have combined for 15 goals scored, not counting their assist tally. Going into the game, they had 17 goal contributions. After tonight, 19, after Muriel was able to find the back of the net. Now, the second half, sadly, was all Orlando City. There was not really anything that Inter Miami could have done, it seemed, in this second half to get close. They didn't have a lot of shots on target. So these next two are Orlando City kind of wrapping things up, making the score 3-0. Here is the second goal.
Muriel makes a turn. Nifty footwork. It's played right side of the box. A low cross from Ojeda, deflected, and then a shot on a loose ball leaks through Ustari, and Orlando City with the goal to go up 2-0. Marco Pasalic, Ustari with a howler. 2-0 Orlando City in the 53rd minute.
Yeah, and Ken's being nice on the howler. I mean, folks, it went through his legs. We call that a meg. Oscar Ustari got nutmegged, went through his legs, and could not stop the ball. 2-0. Oh, poor Oscar. Listen, my heart is out there for Oscar Ustari. He played so well in the beginning of the year. In the last 2 games, Oscar really has not been in the form that we were used to early on, which was really a stone wall outside of the Charlotte FC game where he picked up the red card and Inter Miami was still able to win in Fort Lauderdale all those months ago. Oscar played great. He's been playing great up until the last couple of games. Against San Jose, was charged with, in my opinion, a goal. He basically spit the ball away. San Jose and Chichi Arango were able to finish that. And then tonight, getting megged by Pasalic and making things 2-0. And then here is the formality in the 94th minute, 3-0 Orlando.
Orlando City threatening left of the box, low cross, and Thorholtsen has scored off of a cross from the far side at the edge of the 6-yard box with a right foot. He puts it top netting past Ustari. Orlando City has a third, and on this rivalry Sunday, the side from Central Florida putting a beating on Inter Miami.
When we return, folks, we'll wrap up the show. We'll take a look at Inter Miami's next fixture coming up next Saturday. We got the Club FIFA World Cup looming as well. You're listening to the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our Herons losing 3-0 against Orlando City at home. It marked the first time Inter Miami had been shut out at home in 24 regular season matches, dating back to a loss against FC Cincinnati on October 7th of 2023. So the first time Inter Miami has been shut out, dating all the way back to October 7th of 2023, 24 straight regular season matches where our Herons have at least scored a goal at home. Inter Miami has also fallen to 6th on the table in the Eastern Conference with 22 points in 13 games and have won only 2 times in the last 10 matches and once in their last 7. So Inter Miami certainly with work to do, but here's the good news. A lot of big fixtures coming up for our Herons. Philadelphia Union is the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, a team that Inter Miami beat already at Chase Stadium this year. You have to go back to March 29th. Inter Miami won 2-1 against Philadelphia. That is going to be our next fixture this Saturday, coming up at 7:30. I will be starting the show off with a pregame at 7 o'clock, but Philadelphia and Inter Miami, our next fixture for the Herons. Moving on to May 28th. That is a Wednesday matchup, a 7:30 kickoff again. Inter Miami hosting Montreal, and then we will wrap up the May fixtures Saturday, May 31st against the Columbus Crew in Chase Stadium. And then there will be 2 weeks off, 15 days off for our Herons. And then Saturday, June 14th, Al Ali, Inter Miami, the FIFA Club World Cup at Hard Rock Stadium. So 3 more MLS matchups coming up. Philadelphia, Inter Miami at Philadelphia on the 24th, Inter Miami home against Montreal on the 28th. And then on the 31st, Inter Miami home against Columbus. So 2 home fixtures and a road fixture. The road fixture coming up first against Philly on the 24th, and then the Club FIFA World Cup June 14th. We are just under a month until the Club FIFA World Cup. Our final score, 3-0. Orlando City beating our Inter Miami. Herons 6th on that Eastern Conference table. Orlando City moves to 5th as our Herons get bumped down to 6th. Plenty of fixtures left and plenty of soccer left to be played. This has been the Inter Miami post-game show. Couple of thank yous before we go. Thank you to the great Ken Levica, doing a great job calling the game as always. Our OG, Oscar Gonzalez, our on-site producer, doing a great job as well. Our content director, Brian Rowitz, our general manager, Stephanie Prince. We'll catch you guys this Saturday, 7 p.m. at Philadelphia. Get your cheesesteaks cooking on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 106.3.